Yo, welcome on to the BeBall Jones podcast. Today we do one of our favorite episodes where we do the comparison and breakdown of NBA players to the anime characters or cartoon characters of the show that we talk about for the season. So this season we've been doing My Hero Academia. So this episode we are doing NBA player comparison to the My Hero Academia characters. Since My Hero is still pretty fresh and the season just wrapped up and ended, I'm gonna let you know there's a high chance there's gonna be some spoilers here. So if you don't want to get spoiled with My Hero, just hold off until you watch My Hero and come back and see what we gotta say. Cause I don't want y'all to be mad at us that we spoil something for you. Cause I'm the same way. I don't like spoilers. So just giving you as a head up, this is a spoiler alert. If you have not watched the full season and you don't want to get any spoilers, pause this episode, go finish watching the show, and come back, rock with us. So let us know who got the comparison. Cause I got a couple of them. Nelson got a couple of them, but we're trying to go compete and see who got the better ones, who got more accurate ones. So let us know after you watch everything so you don't get mad at us. You want to cancel us because we spoiled the intro for y'all. But watch the show, all the seasons, then come back and watch this episode. Let us know who won. Or let me know how I won and how many I won by. But that's another story for another day. But appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all for watching. Keep the basketball anime community alive. Without further ado, let's get into this episode. My Hero NBA crossover. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BeBall Jones podcast. I am here with the overseas pro, former two-time DPOY, Nelson Haskin. And it's me, myself, and I, B-Ball Jones, just some random guy like to talk about basketball, teach kids about basketball, and talk about a little bit of anime, which we're going to do here in this episode. So wrapping up our season where we break down what defense is, gave our top 10 defenders of big men, wings, guards, the future of basketball players we feel like can be potentially on that list. But now this arc is coming to a close where we bring in the My Hero piece and we talk about the show. We watch the full season. We watch every episode. And now we're here to break down the show. But most importantly, give our comps of who we feel like the player is matched up with certain characters. All right. So before we get into that, we're going to break down the show, man. So, Nelson, how do you feel, man, about My Hero now that it's all come to a close?
I think it was a really great show, man. Really one of those good animes of this generation. You know, I think especially, for kids that are into anime right now, like younger guys, high school age, middle school, I think this is gonna be one of those like how kind of we look at Naruto and stuff. Even though Naruto is still relevant and they watch Naruto, but I think this is going to be one of those shows for them that they remember forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Granted, I've been around a lot of kids, but most of them have watched that. That the kids that I've been around that watch anime have most of them watched My Hero. So I definitely think this is going to be one of those things that carry over for them. But I enjoyed it though, man. I think the fights were really good. The animations were really good. They had a good storyline. All for One was a good villain. You know what I mean? It was good. My only knock on it is like I think I had this knock with a lot of animes, but my only knock on it is like it could be very cringy sometimes with the way they act or react to stuff. The little cartoonish, playful reactions that they have, or like I call it the "my friends are my power." Like.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. Stuff like that get corny, you know what I mean? But for the most part, like that's probably like my only knock on the show. But other than that, man, I loved every. It was a great series for real, man. I recommend it to anybody getting into anime or thinking about an anime they should watch. It's probably a great starter anime. Good fights, good animation, easy storyline to follow, and it's cool.
Yeah. Funny enough, this is like, I think about that too, like how to put people on an anime. And this is one of the ones that came to mind for me because I was like, okay, maybe start you off with something that's a little bit shorter so you kind of get into it, get your foot wet, and you get like do something. But if
Yeah.
you really want to lock in and be invested, My Hero is one of the good ones to start off to because it's like a very lighthearted sense, but it has some weight to it. But as you progress along, you're already invested now, so you ain't just finna like not watch the show and finish it off. So
Right.
I think My Hero is a great one to kind of start off to. I think, especially with the new era stuff, because they ain't got the fillers and stuff, they ain't got to deal with that no more. Because the whole era of that doesn't change. So like people, oh, put you on a Naruto. I'm like, hey, Naruto's a heavy watch, man. You got to deal with fight through the fillers and it's a super long fight scene. You got to deal 10
Yeah.
episodes to get through one fight. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I don't want to start you off with that, bro. So it's got to get you into an easier watch. We actually get through a couple fights. You get through like 3 fights in like 10 episodes. Kind of like they did in the last 2 seasons. They did that pretty well. So um, yeah, overall, I think it's a great show, man. Um, I'll say maybe in my top 5 right now. Maybe I have to really sit down and
Mhm.
think about it, but probably my top 5 favorite anime, man.
Are you saying
And
like all time, or you mean like anime that's like on right now type stuff?
maybe all time. I have to really sit down and think about it.
Yeah.
Um, I
High
ain't really thought too
praise.
heavy about it. I've
Is
only
it
seen
better?
about
I don't want to turn this into something else, but is it better than Naruto?
nah, ain't
Is it
that
better
good.
than One Piece?
Definitely, One Piece is my number one, so it definitely touching One
Okay,
Piece.
I figured that. Is it better than Dragon Ball Z? Just the original three for us. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't think, and I'm not trying to be biased in saying this. I don't think My Hero's touching the classics. Not yet.
Nah, that's why I said
I
I
think,
think for people, for kids in this generation, maybe they'll feel that way.
yeah, I think it's gonna be their generation big three. Like I think Demon Slayer has potential of being there, even though we'll talk about that later. But I think Demon Slayer has slightly overratedness to it. But
Okay,
even
they
though
have really
even
good
though
animation.
that's what I was gonna say. Like storytelling and the storyline of it, it's like it's cool. The animation is really what carries the show a little bit more. It's still really
Right.
good, but it's like it feels pretty plain. I ain't saying you gotta have like a whole super deep connection or web and threads to keep a thesaurus with, but like you can still have a little bit better writing for the characters and stuff, man. But
No, I get it though. I understand what you're saying. I haven't watched all of Demon Slayer, but I get what you're saying.
yeah, I just feel like you don't the way you feel connected to so many different characters in My Hero. I don't get that from Demon Slayer. You
Mm.
don't feel that deep connection. You don't know the full backstory to where you can be invested with the character. Like I'm pretty sure if you ask most people who their favorite character is from Demon Slayer, you probably come up with like the same 3 people maybe. Versus My Hero, it's like, oh man, of course I rock with All Might, but dang man, Shigaraki, I feel him. Or man, Overhaul is better villain than this person. Or man,
Yeah.
Mount Lady, she was my girl, I rock with her. And then this person and that person, you might rock with Eraserhead, you might work with President Mike. So the way you feel the connection to all the characters in a Naruto or a One Piece or My Hero, I don't think Demon Slayer got to that. And they might not be trying to. I don't know. But as for me, Demon Slayer gets knocked off on. But yeah, My Hero going crazy, man. I think it's right now probably my favorite of top 5. For sure top 10. So I think My Hero is gonna be the big 3 for this generation, this era of anime. Because it's a lot that goes into it, so I really rock with it. But yeah, man, I think My Hero is very solid. Which is why we doing a whole season around it, a whole arc around it for our show, man. So
For
that
sure.
should be saying something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's saying something. Definitely.
But what do you think about like your favorite characters from the show? Like, of course you're gonna have certain people, but like, like your top 5 maybe favorite characters.
All Might is up there for sure,
For
obviously.
sure. Yep, yep.
Uh, I'm just a big fan of All Might. His whole attitude and stuff, the way he goes about everything. I really rock with that. And then, training up the youth and stuff. So him for sure. Really like Todoroki. I like his whole story and stuff like that. Where how he gets his powers and stuff. His whole relationship with his father and his brother and everything. You know what I mean? I'm rocking with him for sure. Uh, I like Hawks. Hawks is just cool.
Yeah, Hawk's so
He,
cold.
it's just cool. I wish he. I mean, not to spoil it for nobody, but I wish he had, a bigger impact. I guess I say, in the very end. But he just cool, man. He's super cool. And then he did have his big moment when he got rid of what they called him, the dude that could make clones of himself
Oh, twice.
twice. I was gonna say split. I was like, that doesn't sound right. uh, yeah, he up there for sure. I really like All For One, honestly, as a villain. Just the way he go
Mhm.
about everything, and he got all the powers. He's super smart and stuff. And I kind of liked his whole backstory too when we found out more about him and how he became a villain. I kind of like that. I mean, obviously he's evil, like super evil, but I like the character. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, those are my favorite characters, honestly, right there. That was how many is that? 4. I'm gonna throw Lemillion in there, man. Lemillion. I like him too, man. He's just good. He a good kid. That's what I say about Lemillion.
Hey, man, I'm glad you brought him up because I was gonna bring him up at some point.
Okay,
We might end up spoiling right here. I don't
that's
like how they
fine.
did my boy, man. I don't like how they did my boy.
With his powers,
I feel like this, like, bruh, he cold, and I feel like they kind of play him too far in the background. I don't know what happened, but I feel like for him to be talked about as like, oh, he's the number one in the school, number one in the school. He's the greatest hero. He potentially could follow All Might, and it's like he kind of lay a little goose egg at the end. It's like, man, he could have had a bigger. I ain't saying take over and steal the shine from Deku and Bakugo. I ain't saying that, but it could have
right?
been like the third most important piece, or at least third most important student. So for him to be better than those two, known as being like basically a pro hero, how he smacking them boys around when he had came to class that time, and for him to
Yeah.
kind of still be getting better, you know what I mean? Like he the master his power almost. Then you get to the end, the big battle will finally matter the most, and it's like, what am I going to do? Oh no, how do I show up? What do I do now? I feel so weak. I can't fight. And it's like, bro, how you go from smacking everybody around to now you can't fight? I
I
was
mean,
disappointed in that, bro.
I think it was just a matchup, man. It's a bad matchup. Fair.
And I
You
understand,
can't.
but the fact that he can't almost is like invincible. It can't be hit.
Yeah.
Like he can do
Figure
something. I
something
don't know. He
out.
can do something. Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like
Figure something out.
so that's my gripe with how they did my boy, man. Like he felt too
Mhm.
cold. And even if that's a bad matchup, he could have popped around and went somewhere else and then just like throw hands in this fight. All right, okay, throw hands in this fight. I'm moving over here now. Boom, 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 boom. He just pop up in each fight. I don't know. I think there's a better way to use my boy, man. So I'm just frustrated with that, bro. Like he was cold, and I'm gonna throw him in my top 5 favorites. So might be a little more biased in that. I just feel like Lemillion got kind of ashamed at the end. It's like, bro, that's my dude, man. That my boy going
I
out
feel
looking
you.
so weak.
Nah, I get it, man. I feel you. You wanted him to be more of like a Piccolo and less like a Krillin.
Just show my boy some more love, man. Like
Show him some
just
love.
give the boy more respect, man. But show over with, man. So I'm gonna have to let it go at some point.
So we never getting it back.
But yeah, man, he one of my favorites, bro. Man, surprisingly or not, man, Bakugo's my dude. I really rock with Bakugo. Like
I feel that.
he probably my favorite from class when they. I just rock with him, bro. Like I feel like he got that. Like, he might be the smartest in the class, man. Like he's up there, bro. Like I know Creaty, the girl who creates stuff out of her body, she probably got
Yeah.
like one of the other highest IQs of the class. But I think between just like initial instinct of how to prepare for the battle, and then he can freestyle that mug so smooth, and he just be like, "Oh, this is what we fighting. It's what you like to do. Bet." Flip a whole 180 plan, communicate to everybody. Hey, just shut up and follow me, and get out my way. Just know if this happened, I got your back. And like he did with the one of the things they had for the battles when they went
Yeah.
against the other class. He's like, hey man, just shut up and get out my way. Just know you do your thing, I do my thing. I'ma have your back, y'all better have my back. And that's his whole strategy. He ain't gotta tell everybody everything. He end up being like, man, show look, arrogant self out my face. When it's time to show up, he show up. So
He do show up.
that boy show up and show out big time, man. But
Yeah.
if I could go my dude, bro. So
Yeah, his last fight, the last couple episodes, he was going all out, putting his life on the line. That's where he really showed the IQ that he really has. He
Yeah,
figuring new moves out on the spot and how to attack. He showed up for real.
yeah. So he might be like my top from the whole show. Honestly, he might be my favorite character from the whole show. Um, of course, All Might. Like that goes without saying. He's so cold, bro. He was so OD. Like on character, like I'm talking about of him as a person, him as a superhero. He just like everything about him was just pretty stand up. So I respect what he was doing. Um, Eraserhead, man, he came off kind of funky at
Like
first,
I said.
but he ended up showing at the end. It's like, man, gotta protect my students. Gotta do what's best for them. You get the backstory on him and why he became a teacher and everything. It's like, oh snap, Isaiah got a little heart to him, man. He got a sentimental side. And you see why he became a teacher, why he teaches the way he does. And it's like, dang, bro, I respect you for that, man. So shout out to Aizawa, Eraserhead. Um, I mean, is that four? Million, Bakugo,
Mm.
All Might, Eraser. And Hawks. I think Hawks probably right there, man. Same thing with him,
It,
man. I can stand the way he kind of ended it, but I respect it. Like, dang, bro.
it felt a little bit like, honestly, it felt a little bit like they wanted the main heroes to stay the main heroes. They wanted Endeavor to get the shine, and then they wanted Todoroki, Bakugo, and them to get the shine, and obviously Midoriya.
Mm-hmm.
And then they gave All Might his little fight, without spoiling too much. In the last season, the last couple episodes, they gave him his last hurrah. I think they wanted the main guys to have their fight, to get the shine.
Yeah, I can see that.
And and
Yeah.
and I understand that, but at the same time, it's like the characters that you so it's kind of like Naruto when they kill Neji. Spoiler alert, which you should know that if you don't. A lot of people was upset when Neji died because it's like, how does Neji die that way?
Mm-hmm.
Of all people, he should have been all right because he literally can block whatever if he just use his rotation techniques and stuff. All of a sudden, he getting stabbed.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And then we felt the same way about like Rock Lee. We just knew Lee was gonna be cold. But when he showed up in OG Naruto, he packed Sasuke up right before the Chunin exams and made them look silly. We knew Lee was gonna be cold. Then he had his fight with Gara, and we like going crazy. You know what I mean? That's when everybody really fell in love with Lee.
Yep.
And then in Shippuden, never seen nothing like that again. Never seen Lee have a moment again. And so that's kind of what real people don't always like, man, you build a fan base for these side characters. And a lot of people might like them more than the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
There's several Naruto fans, and when OG Naruto was on, they was probably saying Lee was their favorite character.
Yeah.
And Lee versus Gara probably was their favorite fight.
Yeah.
Like one of them. And then we never get another moment like that. And that's kind of how I feel about them. It's like, dang, you develop a love for the million. The first time we see him, he's supposed to be all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Then he might follow up All Might. And then we never see him fight that well again. And he loses powers and stuff. And we just never see him like have his moments no more,
Yep.
And it's kind of lame, but I get wanting to give the main guys the spotlight in the end, but it kind of sucks. If you really like those side characters, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, man. Because like you said, they did a great job of building the characters up, and it's like, dang, you can rock with Hawks, you can rock with Todoroki, you can rock with all these other people who aren't the main. But you get to a point where it's like it's time for them to shine and show off. You can give them a lot of love and respect and praise without stealing the spotlight from the main guy. And I don't feel like they wrote
Right.
it that well to give them the respect like they could have. Because you build like Hawks is number 2, bro. Like you trying to tell me number 2 go out that bad? And it's like, come on, bro. Like
Man.
that bothers me,
Ain't got
man.
enough feathers.
It was a bad matchup for him to be around Dobby. Because he talked about that. Like that's my one weakness. And then for him to kind of do his thing to help Endeavor and everything, it's like, okay, he should have a fair chance to match up for All for One. And so for him to have trying to spoil too much, man. But for him to have a matchup and stuff go that way, it's like, dang, bro. I'm gonna do my boy. Number 2 like that. Number 2, I get if he was like 10, like what's the rabbit superhero, Muriel, something like that.
Yeah.
I get if it was her. I get it if it was her and she got packed up and she losing
She
legs
kind
and
of did.
arms, in the fight before All For One. So I get that. If it was her, she got packed up and smacked around again. All right, cool. Cause she like number 10. I got that. Number 2, 1 and 2. He get all right, bro. I got an issue with that, man.
If
So
you lost your girl to a real one like T.I., I say, dang, that's T.I. But Usher, I feel you though, bro.
hey, that's a good throw in right there, man.
Man, that's all I'm thinking about while you kept saying number 2. Huh? But Usher.
But Usher. Oh man. But yeah, that's how I feel, bro. If it was number 7, number 10, 15, like the center block dude, if it was him getting packed up, I understand.
Ain't nobody missing center block. It'd be all right.
But no, man, not Hawks, bro. So yeah, that's my top 5 from the show, man. And I agree with you too with the little whole friendship is my superpower. I want you to be my friend. If I just had a friend, I would have been okay. And I get it from a standpoint of having good friends help out. I'm not trying to downplay
I get
the
the
importance of
lesson.
that.
It's a lesson in there.
But it gets to a point where it's just like when Naruto is fighting Pain, oh, we can be friends. I won't destroy the village now. What?
Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring everybody back. I'm gonna get everybody back, man. I'm sorry.
That sounds so sick, bro. I'm like, bro, that's not nothing close to real life. Like, oh, matter of fact, undo everything I just did. We're good to go now because we're friends. No, bro. Once we done, we done.
Once we done, bro, we can't be friends. So I'm glad we at this point because, brother, that fight between Uraraka and the blood girl, what's her name? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a name, but keep talking.
Man, I ain't need it. I get they had their own.
Toga.
Toga. I get they had their little moment or whatever. Like before that, I get it. But brother, that fight and the way they was talking to each other, very like it reminded me of Ino versus Sakura at the Chunin exams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and everybody just like, I know everybody was watching the fight like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Let's do it. Let's get it on. Right. Trying to get the Neji versus Naruto or whatever. Whoever next.
Y'all, this little cute cat fight y'all got going on. It's like, all right, bro. Y'all sentimental energy and your thoughts and feelings. Like y'all can. Matter of fact, let's pause this fight. Let y'all hash that out on the side somewhere else, and then get the real fight going. Then we see our actual fight come back again. Like you try to do it all this.
Come on, man. Anybody want to see that, man? Come on. Want to talk about boys and jump, man. I like, bro, we are at war. Y'all know that? Y'all know this for the fate of the world right now? And y'all out here talking about boys? Like, man.
I want Sasuke. Man, get out of my face, man. Nobody care about that.
Come on, bro. Uraraka and Himiko was out there battling, talking about, I want to talk to you about boys and our crushes, and I always thought maybe we could be friends if things was different. I'm like, dog, this is for the fate of the world. If you ain't know it, let's focus up. You know what I mean? Lock it in.
Talk about Deku and how much we like him, bro. What? No, bro. We supposed to be throwing hands.
Wrap it up, man. Let's do it. Let's do it, man.
I was sick about that, bro. I was like, man, this weak fight out of my face, man. Golly.
Man, wasting my time. Wasting my time, bro. Come on, man. I don't care. Get her up out of here. First off, she evil. Okay, and that was another thing too. They kept trying to make it seem like I get that's part of like the whole villain arc thing. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
why is this person a villain? That's how we connect with the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And her whole thing was like her parents and like people were like shunning her, treated her like a monster because her like obsession with blood and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, brother, you're evil. You know that, right? Like you're hurting people to see blood because you obsessed with blood. Like you hurting people, you drinking the blood, all that good stuff. You're evil. Like they
Yeah.
need to put you under the jail. I hate to tell you. I know, or they need to send you to a psych ward, whatever. But you was evil, and the fact that you don't mean to be is not enough for me. Like,
I'm not trying to be evil, but you meant to kill him, right? I just wanted his
yeah,
blood. He wanted his blood too. What you think?
yeah, you stay right there. No one. Yeah, this girl is over here tripping. Yeah. Stay right there, dog. I'm telling you, bro.
You want to do what
I'm
with me?
telling
I'm gonna get right back with you. I don't want.
you.
Oh, you good? Just give me 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Yeah. First off, I need police and I need a psychiatrist over here
Some.
ASAP. Hey, but ain't no
ASAP.
way. Ain't no. I'm feeling empathy for the fact that you got that way, but you are this way. So therefore, there is no like. We can reconcile and be friends. Cause guess what? You gonna want my blood too. No.
You out here fiending for other people's blood. And you think we supposed to be like, oh, she don't mean to be evil. This what bad parents do. You know that? Bad parents will watch their kids steal and hurt other kids and be like, oh, he don't mean no harm. He just don't know better. This and that. You know it's your job to teach them? Do you know that? You know it's your job to teach kids better? That's your child.
Yep.
If I got a puppy and he pissing somebody else's house, they're not gonna be like, oh, the puppy don't know no better. They're like, hey man, control your dog. Like, that's your dog. So yeah, man, I'm sorry. That fight, dog. I could have did without that so much. Like it was a waste of time. I get the whole female battle thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You want two strong female characters or whatever. I get that, but let that be my girl with the bunny legs and or something.
Yeah.
I would have been all right with that because she ain't with all that. You know what I mean? She about the action.
She's so cold, bro. She's probably Midnight is up there. Miss Midnight was up there, but she was the coldest woman. Like she just like
For sure.
I'm just getting warmed up here. I mean, you just lost a whole arm. What do you?
A whole leg got stabbed
You
in the
get it?
leg.
You're talking about warmed up? I am cooling off at that point. I lost a whole limb. Hey
I'm
man,
cooling off. I'm cooling off, brother.
let's pause this right here. Have a recess. Let me get bandaged up real quick, and we can talk about fighting later on when I can figure out
Trying to
how
tell
to
you.
get my equilibrium back. You talking about a whole Achilles gone, your leg getting stabbed into, your arm off, and it's like, oh, I'm just getting warmed up. This is fun now, man. You are a sicko, man. You need some help too. You
You
good thing you on
need
the
help
hero
too.
side, but you need help too. But yeah, she was cold, bro. She.
For sure.
I wish she got a little more love in that battle too, man. But
For sure.
she
See,
was.
her fights was not a waste of time.
Oh man, when she fought the Nomu by herself and she was packing them boys up, like got
Come
the
on.
scientist. I ain't like the end how he did hell against the scientist where she kind of got packed up at the end. But overall, she was cold. She handled the business. Like as far as women go, I think her and Miss America, I don't even know the lady name, but Miss America, I would love to see them two spar. Just to go at a
Oh
little,
yeah, that'd be crazy.
that would have been
She
crazy.
had her corny moments too, talking about like where she had her flashbacks and stuff with about like why she became a hero or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she part of the Air Force or whatever, and like from now on, you guys are my bros. I'm like, see, this is what I be talking about. This is what I be talking about. Everything else I could deal with, but when the animes get to being extra corny with the friendship and that's my only thing. I'd be like, man, come on, bro, what we doing?
Yeah.
But no, she was
I think
cold too, though, for sure.
yeah, that's the one like I do have against anime. It get a little too friendship based, and it's like friendship can cure all. And it's like, bro, relax. You just killed
Relax.
my whole clan. You talking about some friendship can cure all? No, brother. No, we finna throw hands. No, but yeah,
Facts.
man. Uh, anything else want to say about the show, man? Any other thoughts, concerns?
No, man. It's still a great show. I know we kind of had some gripes about it, but it was definitely a great show, man. I'm here for it. I might rewatch it just for the fun of it. You know what I mean? But it's still good, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, I do want to say this. Dang, what's his name? Overhaul, like the first villain after Shigaraki with the
Yeah,
big face.
yeah.
I think he was a cold villain, bro. I think he was real cold like that. Outside of Shigaraki, of course, in All For One, he would have probably been like the best villain. Like if he could have continued on, that probably would have been a good matchup, man. Like if he could have stayed on his path and uh not got defeated by kind of got cheated out because Shigaraki came after him when he was already got packed up by Deku. You come at the end
Hmm.
and shake his hands where it's like, all right, bro. But overall, cold villain. He
Yeah, he was cold. I was scared of him. he,
boy, what?
he- like, dang, if he touch you, that's it. Whew, we gotta do something about him.
But that's the thing I didn't get though. Him and Shigaraki basically got the same quirk. So I was like, I ain't fully understand it.
Well, Shigaraki got decay, so if he touch you, like whatever he touch, he'll start breaking down. But overhaul is like full on destruction, I guess. You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
So I
am
don't
I
know if overhaul. I mean, I'm not 100% sure if I remember, but I don't know if overhaul worked on like inanimate objects and stuff. You know what I mean? Like he didn't just
mm,
break walls and stuff. But Shigaraki could decay anything. Like
mm.
anything would start breaking down automatic. So I don't know. That's probably the only fundamental difference, but it is similar though.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at. Like I feel like it's too similar to make it be a difference. You know what I mean? It's like the fact that you have to have a detailed like um Redestro, Mr. Stress dude, like
Mm,
obviously I get stressed, I get angry, I get more powerful. Decay, I touch you, you crumbling up. Obviously, two worlds of difference. The fact that him and Overhaul are right here in differences is like, it ain't big enough for me. Like I wish go fly or something, bro. Like give me something else besides
go do your
you
own
touch
thing.
stuff.
Get your own quirk.
So that's something I didn't like. I didn't even mind like the repeat quirks, but the fact that it's supposed to be the top villains at this point and they basically got the same quirk, I was like, yeah, not the biggest fan of that. But I think he was a cold villain still overall.
Yeah, same. This is cool, but I never thought about it like that though. But you is right.
Yeah, man. So I think that's it, man. There's no stalling before we get to the real nitty gritty, man. So last chance. Anything else you want to say about the show before we get into this comparisons?
Uh, nah, man, I'm good, bro. Let's get into it.
All right. Now the fun shall begin, man. So for those of you who don't know, man, season one we went through Naruto. We gave a comparison. We picked out. I don't even know how many characters we picked out. Might have been like 20. We kind of did OD, but there's a lot of characters in Naruto. But
Yeah.
about 20 characters, and we decided we each had a pick of what NBA player we felt lined up with that specific character. So we're repeating it this time. We're going to go through My Hero Academia characters. We got some heroes and some villains. We're going to run through each character and decide who we each pick is going to be the NBA player that lines up with that specific character. So I think there's no other way to start. The character that we have to do that I just feel like we do a disservice if we don't start off with this will be Mineta, grape juice, purple hair.
Grape
We gotta start off
juice.
with him. I'm just playing dog. But no, man,
Nah,
All
man.
Might. You gotta start off with All Might, man. So who is your NBA comp for All Might?
All right, man. My NBA comp for All Might. I feel like it's no surprise, really. I went LeBron. I know that's kind of taking the easy way out to go
Mhm.
LeBron, but I genuinely, it was really between him uh, and like I had another thought in mind, but I'll get into it later. But I eventually landed on LeBron, and I said because he was the number one hero for a long time.
Mhm.
He got old, started declining, losing some of his powers. Bron not as athletic, not as quick anymore. You know what I mean? But he's mentoring the new heroes, and he still got everybody's respect. He still got all the young heroes' respect, but he ain't the same, man. He's no longer the number one hero. So I went all might as LeBron James.
Yeah, man. We agree on that one. So, All Might, he is the holder of all for one. It's
Mm-hmm.
the inverse of one for all. I mean, one he is one for all. The inverse of all for one, and
Right.
his power is made to make everybody else feel helped, and to my power, my one power is for everyone else. And that's how LeBron hoop. It's like, man, my power is to make sure everybody else good, everybody else get involved. My IQ is to help the team get in the right spot so we can all win. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the quirk line up for him. Um, and it's funny enough, man, you dig into All Might, they're like, man, what is actual quirk? What is this actual power? What does it actually do? I think it's similar for LeBron. It's like, what is the best thing about LeBron? He's the all-time leading scorer, but he's not the best scorer. He's a great playmaker and passer, but it's not the one thing that makes him great. He's not a great defender. He's not a, you know what I mean? There's no signature thing to him that you just look at and be like, man, LeBron is the guy at this. Besides him lasting 20 some years in the league and just being there. Like that's all you can say about him,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Like All Might can dang near fly. He's like Superman basically. Like he can
You
jump
do a little bit of everything.
super strong. You can't penetrate him. You can't fall and run it back. He's impenetrable.
They gonna say he's impenetrable. You did, bro. You cleaned it up. What is that? Pause. Let me run that back. Hey, boy, you funny for that one, dog. Pause. Let me run that back. He's impenetrable.
Oh man, but he's very strong, very powerful. And so you don't fully know what his quirk is. The people didn't know until the whole beans got spilled. And so same thing for
Right.
LeBron. We don't truly know his own court superpower besides being healthy and playing at a very high level. So I think that lines up. And like you said, he's the symbol for heroes that to look at too. And right now he's still looking at as the hero of what the greatest basketball player is. You know what I mean? I don't care where you got him ranked 1, 2, or 3. He's right now the current symbol of NBA. He's the still the face of the game. He's still the number
Still
one
the
guy.
face.
And so whether you like it or not, it's like that's the guy. So I think that's why I got All Might as LeBron too, man. I think that's the ultimate go to. You said you had somebody else for All Might too, just as a thought.
Yeah. I almost put. Well, I ain't gonna say all. I had a thought of putting Hakeem Olajuwon right here
Mm-hmm.
because Hakeem can do a little bit of everything. Obviously, he's big though, but he can do a little bit of everything. And Hakeem known for mentoring younger players, like teaching everybody footwork and stuff. I think he worked with. I mean, I know he worked with Melo. I think he worked with KD, Kobe, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of guys like that. I also thought about Kobe for a minute, but then I
I
was like,
did too.
nah, LeBron make a little more sense than Kobe. But I stuck with Hakeem for a little second because I was like, man, a lot of guys be going to Hakeem like, hey man, can you teach me this footwork stuff you got going? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And for NBA players to go to you to say, teach me this that you can do, that's something. You know what I mean? Like if you a math teacher that other math teachers go to learn math, you
Yeah.
doing something right. You know what I mean? Like there's just something about it. But I thought about that just for that fact of like King being so good offensively, defensively, doing a little bit of everything, and then other players wanting to learn from him. So I was like, man, would that make sense to have him as All Might? But then I was like, maybe not because I don't think nobody ever considered him the number one. So
Yeah.
maybe LeBron probably makes more sense. So I just landed on Bron. But I thought about Hakeem for a minute.
I thought about Jordan being All Might for a second because he was the face, he was the declining
Yeah, that
one
makes
for a
sense too.
minute. When you think about the NBA and basketball overall, is Jordan. So All Might is like the face. When you think about heroism, I'm pretty sure kind of similar to how I hate to keep going back to Naruto, man, but kind of similar to how is people all the Hokage built up to a point and Naruto end up being the guy. I kind of feel similar to how All Might is. It's like all the successors before him were cool. All their quirks and stuff, they was like, oh, this gear shift and black whip and all this stuff. It's like, okay, cool, she can float. But All Might before Midoriya is like, oh snap, he kind of like the one. Like he kind of the coldest of us all. I feel like
Hmm.
Jordan was the same thing of that. He's the build up. It's like, okay, we had George Gervin, we had Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Dr. J, Magic and Bird, Kareem. Oh, now we had the guy named Michael Jordan. And for a long time after that, it's been Jordan as kind of the pinnacle. What you looking at? He's
Hmm.
the milestone breaker. Like he's the gateway of what it means to be great. So when we thinking about what it means to be a great hero, it's All Might. He's the pinnacle of what that looks like. And Jordan has been named or tabbed to be the pinnacle of what it means to be a basketball player. So I thought about Jordan for a minute. Then I thought about the quirk of what all for one is and one for all. I was like,
That was a great point.
it fits LeBron better for me. So that's why I was like, and then you'll see as I get to the list why LeBron makes more sense for how I wanted to flow. I was like, it got to be
Hmm.
LeBron. So, but just the quirk thing was probably the one that made me push it more to be like, it's got to be LeBron versus Jordan.
Yeah, same. And that, like I said, that was a great point you made about all for one and one for all. When it comes to
Mm-hmm.
LeBron, that definitely makes a lot of good sense too. I wish I had thought of that. But yeah, I'm the same way. Like with you see with my list as it goes on, it makes more sense for LeBron as All Might as well. Because if like say for instance we did say Jordan as All Might, it would make more sense for LeBron to be Midoriya or maybe Kobe. But I didn't know how much that matched up either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, glad we agreed though. But All Might, it wouldn't work as good if LeBron wasn't getting old.
All right. So I think it's best that we now let's stay on the hero side, and I think it's best that we do Izuku Midoriya. So since LeBron is on be All Might, I'll take this one. So
Go ahead.
since since All Might is the pinnacle, he's the guy. And all my job was to kind of have success. He was looking, searching for the successor. We were looking like, man, who am I going to give the quirk to? I got to find somebody. You know, Principal Nezu had somebody. Then you got this, my boy Night Eye giving me ideas. Like, I ain't fully found the right one. Somebody's supposed to inherit the greatness that I have. Here comes Izuku Midoriya. He reminds me so much of myself, not just because of the power, because he doesn't have the power. I was in that space too. I was a young quirkless guy. But then my OG saw me and gave me the power to inherit. Since LeBron is All Might, Luka has to be Izuku Midoriya. It's just like, man, you're the. I've been searching for a successor. I've been searching, man. Kyrie, oh, you don't wanna? All right, cool. You know, D Wade, nah, I can't give it to you because we already peers. Oh, Anthony Davis, I found the one. Oh, I didn't find the one. Okay, do you even want it? That's another conversation for another day.
Do you even
Oh,
do you even want it?
but Luka Doncic. Oh, I think I found the one. Here we. Oh, we pretty similar. Okay, the Delaware Smash. Plus ultra. Okay, I found the one. You studied. You've read my book. You've done everything. You followed the steps. We're too similar and too built like the whole little mumbling thing they do. You know, if I do a quirk like this and a quirk like that, and both of them had a little tendency about them. They're too much alike. I feel like LeBron and Luka pair too much and they go together too well for yeah, it just made perfect sense. So that's also why I thought LeBron's a better fit for All Might to have Luka line up to be Midoriya. And it's similar too in terms of one for all. It lines up to that next part too, because Midoriya is so much of like, I want to do this to rescue y'all. I want to be a great hero to save other people who can't save themselves. And it's like Luca has a similar game in terms of doing a little bit of everything. Uh, but Midoriya did have that point of being like, my quirk is he's a power quirk. I'm just baby All Might essentially. And so for him being able to have that thing too, Luca was like, oh, I got the same thing as LeBron, can do a little bit of everything, but I'm a scorer. I'm gonna give you buckets. But I can also pass, I can also rebound too, but I'm getting buckets. So I think the similarities right there line up pretty well. So that's why I went with Luca being Midoriya.
Well, we keeping the similarities going because I did the same thing. Luka's taking the mantle from LeBron. Midoriya taking the mantle from All Might. They have a lot. Luka and LeBron have a lot of the similarities playing style wise with their passing and vision and scoring ability. All the differences, not as athletic, and I just think Midoriya not as strong as All Might. You know what I mean? So it works the same way. He's also one of the best heroes now. One of the best players now. SGA and Jokic still probably ahead of him, but he's one of the best players right now. And I can kind of get into that part a little later too. But Midoriya is definitely the next All Might in a way with the power, but he doesn't have that physical stature that All Might have. Just like Luka and LeBron. Bron was like bigger than life. You know what I mean? Crazy athletic, fast. Never seen nobody as big as him move like him. Freight train. Luka ain't got that. Remember in the beginning where Midoriya was breaking bones trying to control the power because his body couldn't handle it. So it was one of those like Luka got all the tools, but he ain't got that Bron athleticism. You know what I mean? So I thought that was another similarity, but he's clearly taking the mantle from LeBron, and Midoriya is the successor of One for All from All Might. So the similarities broke themselves, basically.
Yeah, I think that was perfect. Like once I solidified, because I thought about Jordan being All Might. So I was like, obviously the success of that would be Kobe. But the quirk thing makes it a little more of an awkward fit, and that's the thing that really for me makes it flow. And just see as you progress along, why it makes even more sense again for me to go with Bron and Luka. One thing I forgot to ask you this earlier, but you didn't pick Deku as one of your favorite characters, and I didn't either. So I want to know for you, like, why wasn't he up there for you?
He part of the problem with the corniness and whatnot. Sometimes I like him though as a character. I like how he figures stuff out and everything. I don't want to make it seem like I don't like him, but it's just other characters that I just connect with more, I guess. Because I like Midoriya, but I don't know, man. He had cool fights, all that good stuff. He's the main character, but the other characters' personalities, I like them more, I guess.
Yeah, it's all that crying for me, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
All that crying.
All that whining, bro. Man, you crying every 5 seconds, bro. Oh my gosh, you tied my shoe. Like, bro, come on, man. Everything make you so sentimental.
What's up all that crying? Well, you funny for that, man.
Golly, man. You're trying to be the next All Might, the next number one hero. All this crying you doing, man. To the end. Like, I get it when he saw the fight against All for One and One for All going on. I understand in that moment of you wanting to cry. I get it. But he did a better job of holding back the tears. And I was like, okay, we got some growth. We got some progress. You G'ing up right here. And then Baco had to come in and do his thing to kind of like help him lock in a little bit more. But it's like, okay, you stop being such a crybaby as heavy as you used to be. But man, early on, I was like, man, get this guy out of here, man. Somebody pack him up, man. I'm tired of seeing this crying.
Bro wanted him out of there. Get him out the paint, man.
I ain't saying end him, but like let's maybe he need to get his butt with one or two times, make him kind of.
I thought he was gonna toughen up. You know what I mean? I thought he was gonna kind of phase out of that.
He did a little bit.
And there was a point in like the third or fourth season where he kind of was like going too far down the dark path, and then his friends had to
Oh
break
yeah.
him back. But I ain't gonna lie, I was with it. He was out here fighting people in the night. He was, he had the veil around him. He was looking evil. But doggone, he was getting stuff done.
Hey, that boy's getting busy for real.
He was in the streets for real. I was like, yeah, man, this is what I'm here for. Yeah, and I get, he was going a little bit too much down the dark path, trying to do everything on his own and shoulder all the weight. Well, hey, man, you got to get out here and make something happen. You was in the field. The old girl trying to snipe him. He had to fight a sniper solo. Didn't know where she was at. So, yeah, man, get busy. Come on.
Sure.
So, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite part for him when he started getting busy. Like you said, he went a little too far. Like you started dissing, oh my, I don't need you. You holding me back. Whoa.
My boy, slow your roll.
Yeah, but I get the sentiment though. Like I ain't gonna lie, that I think that was beautifully written the way they made his character develop and go through that ebbs and flow. I think that was beautiful, man. So
Yeah.
The way he kind of took that dip, but you understood the dip, but it still want to see him come back up on the other side. So I think that was a well written piece for his character arc, man. But yeah, all that crime, man, and like you said too, just the all the stuff you were saying too, man. It's a lot to where I was just like friendship. Like, all right, bro.
My friends are my power.
All right. We can just be friends and it'll be okay. All right, bro. You just decay the whole village, man. You talking about something's gonna be okay with friendship.
Do you know people
I can never forgive you. I can never forgive you for what you did, but we can still be friends.
No, brother. Get him up out of here. Back him up.
But all right, man. So we didn't fuss enough about him, man. Let's get into Bakugo, man. That's my guy, man. So who would you have lined up for Bakugo? I feel like we're gonna have a difference right here. Katsuki Bakugo. Sure.
Yeah, I doubt we got the same one right here. So for me, my NBA comp for Bakugo is Asur Thompson. So I'll explain why. Explosive athlete, could give you some big performances and some highlight plays, but he is a crash out. Asur be ready to fight. He be wanting to smoke if you ever watched. You know what I mean? And so I thought those were the two main similarities that landed me on Bakugo. Because I was like, man, I want to give him a better player. You know what I mean? Like an all-star or something, because obviously he's important to the cast and he's one of the stronger heroes. But I was like, man, Asur is explosive. You know? That's his whole quirk. And then Asur is also a crash out, and Bakugo is always yelling, always ready to fight. He's a crash out. Like, this is what it is. But I think Asur is going to turn into a star eventually, obviously. But yeah, man, that was my player comp for him. Like I said, I wanted to give him somebody who would be considered a better player, but I thought they fit personality-wise and everything well, so I went with Asur.
Yeah, we definitely different on this one. So, so Bakugo was the frenemy of Midoriya.
Right.
Like, they had a competitive rivalry, nice little back and forth, and it felt like for a while they were pretty even. Then it got to a point where it's like, oh no, Midoriya got a nice little leap, and he's ahead. But then there's some level of success that Bakugo had, and he was ahead. So it kind of had a back and forth thing. Like you said, he's explosive, the hot head type of thing. He has a lot of energy, charisma. His mouth gets him in trouble a lot of times. So that's why I picked Anthony Edwards to be Katsuki Bakugo. That dude is the frenemy of Luka. On one hand, it's like, yeah, man, we're cool. We just compete. I love to see my boy do his thing. I'm willing to bet, man. If that man got wiretap, man, I don't care nothing about that Luka dude. I'm the number one guy. All the little stuff he got with LeBron, and like, I don't care nothing about that, bro. Us and the Timberwolves, we taking care of business. We the ones. Like, I'm the number one dude in the NBA. I'm the face of the league. I don't care that LeBron picked you. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care that all might pick you Midoriya. I'm the number one hero. You got all that help. You better not fail since you got LeBron backing you. But guess what? I don't care because I'm here. I'm the number one guy. And Ant-Man believes that. And
As
so
he
the hot
should.
head lineup, the and then the age range of them being around the same age and having a similar class, I guess you can say. I try to keep that thing in mind too. So Luca's gonna be Midoriya, and I got Ant-Man being Bakugo.
I like that, man. I like that. I like yours better than mine. But I'm also going to use Ant later on, spoiler alert. So we'll see how you feel about it there. But for this specific comp, I like that for sure. Ant-Man explosive also. Got explosive
Yep.
athleticism, can go off for some crazy games. Obviously, he just had
Oh,
55 not too long ago.
I ain't even mentioned that piece about the explosion piece and how
Yeah.
athletically he's just so explosive and dynamic at how he plays. I
Yeah.
think people give him respect for how smart he is. His IQ is pretty smart too. He plays
Yeah.
both sides of the ball. Bakugo, it can be offensive and defensive. He's maneuvering through so. I think the comp lines up pretty well, man. So I'm proud about
Yeah.
that one. That's one of the ones.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. I like that. I like that. I agree with you a lot about everything you said. Um, yeah, I like your comp a little bit better than mine, honestly. But we'll see how you feel about it when I bring him up later, though. But I just wanted to make sure I use somebody that could be considered explosive. I didn't just want to give him just anybody just because he, is one of the main characters or whatever, But
Yeah.
yeah, that's good though. Good stuff.
All right. So who you got for Shoto Todoroki? Icy Hot.
Icy Hot, Mr. Icy Hot himself. So for sure though, I went Kawhi Leonard. Best two-way player. Two-way. Fire and ice. Quiet, soft-spoken, but very powerful. And when they show up, they do what they do. You know what I mean? You know when Todoroki's in the fight. And Kawhi don't play a lot, but when Kawhi play, and he come to play, we know when he on the floor. You know what I mean? It's one of them things. But they both definitely are soft spoken. Don't say a whole lot. Don't really want a whole lot of attention. But they got dual. They have superpowers on both ends, if that makes sense. Fire and ice, offense and defense. And one of the best players, one of the best heroes in his generation. So Shoto could be considered second to Deku out of their class, really, and was considered to be first until Deku, figured out his powers and stuff. They thought Todoroki was gonna be first. But it ended up obviously Deku figured, get his powers under control and stuff, and now we know who he is, and now that's kind of like Luka. But for a minute, we thought Kawhi was going to be the best player in the world. When they won that championship in 2019, people was like, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world? And that didn't last very long, obviously. But he had the summer after Kawhi Leonard won that championship and he went on that whole press run in LA after he went to first he took a long time to figure out what he's going to do, and everybody felt like everybody was waiting on what Kawhi was going to do. Remember that?
Yep.
Like, where's Kawhi gonna stay? Is he gonna go? And he took mad long to make a decision because he was trying to make sure he was gonna have a good team in LA before he signed somewhere. And then he signed, and then he had the whole press run and the commercial King of LA, and he like, oh, that's a shot at LeBron, all that. So that's when we was looking like, is Kawhi the best player in the league? Is he the best player in the world? And Shoto was like, we was like, is Shoto the best student? Is he the best? He's the strongest? We got Bakugo. You know what I mean? We got Midoriya. We don't really know what he's going to be yet. But, yeah, those are my similarities why I landed on Kawhi.
I was close to having Kawhi, but I had to keep my thread going. So Shoto is the third of the big three of Class A. You're looking at him icy hot, the quietest one of the group, pretty low key. Like you said, when he shows up, he shows out, he does his thing. Very powerful, dynamic on both ends of the floor. For a while, he only embraced half of his power and only really showed half of what he can do. But they got to a point where he started to accept both halves, and both of them played off each other, made it so great. So who's the silent assassin now of the NBA? None other than the reigning champion, Finals MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Fairly quiet. He don't talk too crazy. He don't talk too much. But he says what he says his piece. His game does more of the talking for him.
Thanks.
For a while, we really respected the scoring half of him. We only the half that was just dynamic and was the showmanship side. But then you watch him a little bit more. It's like, hold on, he get bitch on defensive end too. He can lock up. He gets some blocks. He gets some steals, and you got a little bit more respect for the defensive end. And now it's at a point where you have to mention as being one of the best two-way players in the game.
True.
One of the best defensive teams in the NBA. And so looking at him being the third piece of this big three we're talking about now, I feel like it fit. So, like, I got Luka and SGA being like not the top three guys, but like of that next generation, next era to take the away from Brian, Curry, and KD. I think those three are kind of the pinnacle pieces of that age range, not specifically keeping it in that age range to kind of take the mantle and go the next step. So, of course, you got people like Jokic, you got people like Giannis. Can't forget about them. But Giannis is 30, 31, I think. Jokic about 32. So, trying to keep it around the same age range. So Midoriya is Luka. You got Bakugo being Ant-Man. I got Shoto Todoroki being SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay. I like it. I like it. He do have the two-way ability. He's not very talkative. He don't talk much. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If you watch SGA play, I don't know if you done caught a Thunder game recently or watch the highlights. Even if you just watch the highlights, the game looks so easy to SGA. Like he don't even like he's sweating. He don't like he's trying. I know he probably is, but the game is easy. And I feel like that with Shoto too. Like sometimes he go out there and fight and create an ice mountain, and everybody else out there like just doing little stuff with their powers, can't do nothing but take the ones. We got Manetta out here throwing grapes and junk. My boy created a mountain of ice, and it's just
the whole fight for just to get him back straight. It's like, hold on, bro. Got to dethrow the whole arena.
So it's like on that type of time, like, dang, like you could just do that, huh? Like we out here depending on old girl to make us tools with her body before we move, and you just gonna create a mountain. Word.
Yep.
So I like that comp though.
Yeah, and I don't remember if you remember what he said in starting five that Doctor had. He was I think talking to his girl, his lady. And he was saying something about he had a 30-point game, something like that. Yeah. And he was like, I feel disappointed. He didn't really like my best game. She was like, you just clip your average. He's like, yeah, but 30 feels easy to me. Like, if I put up 30, I just feel like that's an okay game for me. Like, it's not a real challenge for me. And I'm like, the game's that easy for you. Like 30 balls, like a lightweight game. Yeah. That's the way he sees the game. I'm like, okay.
30 is like a given for him now. Like he's going to get 30. Now, is he going to get 35, 40 is what we need to be thinking. Like, it's really that easy. And then the Thunder so good, they be blowing people out. Sometimes he don't even got to play the whole game. He sit out most of the fourth quarter, and he still have 30. It's just like, ain't nothing you can do about it. So I like the comp.
With Shoto, he bust out with the iceberg coming out of the blue, and it's like, time out, bro. Like, did you have to OD like that? Like, you didn't have to. Oh, that's light work. I ain't even trying that hard for real. That's just, I just want to put up a big move. I just want to do something real quick. Like you said, you got a little juice head, boy. Yeah,
juice head,
little juice head.
Juice head.
You got a little twinkle belly over here, and they fighting for their life over here.
Literally, and he just created a mountain.
And it's like, create a whole Mount Everest over here. Everybody was like, "Oh, is he a student? Y'all sure he a student, right? Like,
check your birth certificate." Like, the AAU tournament.
Ain't he Endeavor's son? Okay.
That's Endeavor's boy.
That makes sense. That's Endeavor, boy. That makes sense. And he ain't even tapped into the full thing yet. That's the crazy part. But Yeah, man. Shoto and SG, I think that lines would make a lot of sense. So,
I like that.
all right. So now we got Tokoyomi. I think we both
Tokoyomi.
we agree, which is why we have him in here. We agree that he's like outside of the big three, of course, probably our favorite of class when they outside the big three, like one of our favorites from that class outside of those guys.
Yeah, Tokoyomi's definitely cool. His powers are cool. He's got the most like mystery behind him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with that.
So yeah, man, he's next up on our list. So who's your player comp for Mr. Tokoyomi?
All right, for Tokoyomi, I went Cade Cunningham. He's quiet killer. Quiet killer. Don't say much. Kind of a side character. You know, it ain't many Pistons games on TV and stuff. But quietly one of the best young heroes. Quietly. He all-star starter this year. But Cade been silently going crazy in Detroit. And he really the only person over there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's him, Jalen Duren, you know, Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr. over there, Duncan Robinson. Oh, Tim Hardaway Jr. ain't there no more. Nah, Duncan Robinson. You know, they got some players, but as far as like star power, it's just him. He by himself over there. And so Cade, you don't hear much from him. He don't say too much, but he's killing. And Tokoyomi is just like that. He's quiet, don't say too much, but very powerful. And people kind of know he's good. That's why they always involve him in the fights. Like, we can use Tokoyomi right here. And then don't let it be dark. So Tokoyomi's one of them guys, like, he's just a utility. Like, anything that happens, man, put Tokoyomi out there, he usually going to have an impact. He had an impact in the last fight. In the last couple episodes of the final season, he had a big impact against All For One, no less. So I think Cade definitely gonna be one of them guys that's like, man, we ain't really trying to run into Cade, or you know, we ain't really trying to see the Pistons. If we could avoid the Pistons in the East, if you can avoid the Pistons, people are gonna be looking at it like that. I don't think people want to see Tokoyomi like that. And if the show is to continue again, like maybe like reboot like a Naruto Shippuden style where they older and stuff, I would say he probably gonna be one of the strongest ones. Of course, Todoroki and Bakugo probably gonna be 1 and 2, and you know whatever. But he right there, and I think Cade is like silently becoming that for the league right now, as far as the young guys go.
I like that. He wasn't too far off of my list. I had him on my draft board, I guess you can say, for Tokoyomi. But decided to go a different route, man. And I'm still stuck between two people. Because they both just fit so differently, man. So like you said, Tokoyomi is kind of the next step down when you're talking about the great heroes of Class 1A. Now, still powerful, still got the capacity to have pockets where he can shine just like those guys, like you said, in the fight for All For One, showed out, did his thing, played a role. When they were in the woods during, I forgot what arc that's called, but in the woods where the heroes jumped in, they're supposed to be out there with the dang, what's that? I had the bunnies.
The bunnies.
Dang, what group? What's that group? The Kitty Cat group.
Oh, I know.
They went out to the woods with them.
Yeah.
They went to the woods with them. He shot out again, like you said, it's dark. Oh, that boy snapped off and went crazy.
Yeah.
And
revelry in the dark.
Strong and powerful. Yeah. And the power gives him a lot of length and a lot of ground to attack. He has a wide base of what he can do. And he figured out how to play offense and defense. He figured out how to fly with it. And it's like he kept uncovering more of his power. I'm trying to like spare my time while I figure out who my next piece is. But I think I'm gonna go with this is tough. I'm gonna let you decide. So on one hand, I got Brandon Ingram.
Okay, similar to Cade.
Similar to Cade.
Yeah.
He gets tucked away. He don't say too much. Pretty chill. The fact that Dark Shadow is a long range attack or fair long range attack. A lot of ground he can cover. He can fly. Brandon Ingram, a longer player. I think he's like 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", super long wingspan. Uh, was mentioned as being one of the great guys, but they had to figure out his power almost. So he had to get tucked away to the back. Got sent off to New Orleans from LA and kind of, had that pocket during that. Kind of rediscovering himself now in Toronto, building back up now. And they're talking about him potentially being back in that spot he was kind of thought of being of. So Brandon Ingram is one. Then Tyrese Halliburton is the other one. Because he's
Okay.
the guy who's like, name for name wise, he's not too far off from the big three I mentioned, but he's still a step below. And it's
Yeah.
like, man, you catch him in the right scene, in the right environment, Hallie gonna put on a show for you. You saw what he did in the playoffs last year. We saw what he did in the finals. When he really get going, he playing his game. It's almost as scary as you would with a Luka. Almost as scary as an SGA. It's not too far off from right there. And it's like, dang, in the right environment, Tokuyama gonna take off, and he's gonna be like, oh snap, you kind of scared of him. So that's why I'm stuck between these two, man. Like I feel like part of me wants to say Brandon Ingram, and I think that's the better fit. But then I look at Hallie, and I'm like, it makes so much sense. So I think I'm gonna lean with Bi, man. I think I'm gonna stick with Ingram.
Yeah, I think Bi fits more personality wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get what you was coming from, where you was coming from with Hallie too. Like you put him in the right situation, he show you something. I was also leaning towards my kind of, I guess you'd say secondary. I was thinking about Devin Booker for the same kind of reasons. But then I was like, I feel like Cade is like more silent than Devin Booker. And nobody really be checking for Cade because he played in Detroit and stuff, so that added to it. But I also kind of wanted to try to go younger, so that's why I went Cade. But Bi and Cade, they fit like for the same reasons, honestly. So I get what you was coming from for that one.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's probably like we pick different people, but we pretty much pick the same thing. You know what I mean? Like
same concept.
Yeah, so I think we ain't too far off with that one. Similar with SGA and Kawhi too. It's not too far off. Only difference is really the age, honestly. But I think that was a great pick. I think K wasn't too far off from my thought too. But I also had him thought for somebody else. But I don't have him on my board so far. Well, at all. But
or at all.
All right. All right, now we're gonna pick it back up with the OGs of the hero world, man. Mr. Number 2 for such a long time. The hothead of hotheads, Endeavor. Who'd you pick as the NBA comp for Endeavor?
All right. This is another one I feel like was fairly self-explanatory in a way. But for Endeavor, I went none other than KD. So I went KD because KD is also explosive offensively. Got explosive firepower on offense. Was the number 2 hero for a long time. And then when the number 1 hero started declining, we had a moment where we was like, all right, you the number 1 hero. So when All Might lost his powers, you remember like the first couple episodes, like they showed the news and stuff where they was talking about it. It was like Endeavor has become the number 1 hero around 2018, 2019. No, yeah, like 2019, 2020. When KD was in Golden State, I mean, after he tore his Achilles, he went to Brooklyn. And then while he was in Brooklyn, that was 2019. And, no, because he was on that 2019 is when he tore his Achilles. 2020, he went to Brooklyn. 2021, he started hooping in Brooklyn, going crazy. And Bron wasn't making the playoffs. No, well, they made the playoffs, but barely, or something like that. LeBron and AD. And folks was like, KD might be the best player in the world. Kawhi ain't really doing much in Clipperland. LeBron on the down slope. KD going for 50 in the playoffs. KD the best player in the world. Then, the young boys came up, kind of took that shine from him. So That kind of ties into KD as well, man. But I think KD's firepower on offense fits Endeavor. Endeavor really ain't got no defensive capabilities. It's all like offense. We finna throw these hands. We finna I got all the power I need right here. So I thought that definitely fit, and just him being the number 2 hero and KD being the number 2 player in the world for a long time, especially for our generation, with All Might, aka LeBron. When All Might lost his power, I was like, all right, KD, it is you.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't. So KD is my comp for Endeavor.
Yeah, man. We got the same thing.
I figured we did.
Yeah, so yeah, Endeavor was the number 2 hero for so long, man. He was looking to All Might all the time. He was like, man, I gotta catch this guy. I gotta figure out how to beat him. I don't wanna sit here and just settle for number 2. I gotta figure out how can I chase and scrap to be number 1.
Right.
And even when he got the number 1, if he didn't really feel like, I don't say him as much. He didn't want to accept it first because he didn't feel like he earned it the way he really wanted to.
Right.
And then the people and the peers didn't look at him truly as being number 1 because it felt like, but you ain't him. So therefore, we can't give you number 1 like that. That's KD. He came up with the whole thing about, I'm tired of being number 2. I'm tired of I was number 2 overall pick. People look at me as the second best small forward. I'm the second best player in the league. All this number 2 stuff he got. Like, I want to be number 1 at some point. Then he finally got it. And he look around and it's like, I did the stuff though. I got the Finals MVP. I got the rings. You still don't respect me as being number 1. I'm number 2. Apparently number 2 on my own team, and I won the Finals MVP. You know what I mean? The whole thing. I'm still not eclipsing LeBron. I'm still not enough to do this. Oh, I got to win on my own team. I can't win it with the war. Okay, look, and I still can't get over that hurdle like he truly thought he could and wanted to. So,
Right.
nigga said the firepower is like KD is the ultimate flamethrower, man. He can get you a bucket in any situation. Endeavor is a walking flame, and he just obliterate. What's it called? Inferno. One of his moves he got. It's like, man, that's KD, man. So, yeah, man. KD is Endeavor. And it also goes back to the All Might being LeBron piece. I think we both saw that one. Was like, yeah, we had to make that connection. So,
yep.
So yeah, man. I'm glad we agree on that. I think that's the 2 gimmies. Like,
All Might and Endeavor.
I think that's the 2 gimmies where it's like pretty obvious, pretty easy. The average fan would know that stuff, man. So, let's go ahead and swing on and go to Hawks.
Hawks. Drippy.
This the smooth operator, man. That boy's so smooth how he be moving around. Like, yeah. Man, remember when he was walking with Endeavor? He's kind of figuring out like how they gonna do some situation. He just walk around, feathers flying out, pew, pew, pew.
Saving people.
Woman finna fall. Nope, not on my watch. She dropping something. Nope, pick this up. Here you go. He stole something, smacked them up, got the thing back to the lady. Like, Hawks was so smooth, bro, man. So, who would you pick to NBA comp for Hawks?
Well, you kind of started making my point for me, so I'm glad you did. For Hawks, I went SGA. One of the top heroes. He kind of taking the mantle as one of the main heroes now, especially with All Might gone. SGA is taking over. Obviously, a lot of people may consider him the best player in the world, or second to Jokic, maybe. But right now he got the MVP and the championship, so whatever you want to call it. But just smooth, man. Super cool, chill, never really frazzled. The game looks easy, as we mentioned earlier. For Hawks, literally the first time we met Hawks, he not even having to move. Feathers just saving people. The game is easy. The game came real easy to Hawk. He does have a few weaknesses with his flames and stuff or whatever being taken out. He can lose feathers and stuff, and then he can't fly. I feel like SGA only weakness is like he's not super athletic, but he's super skilled. So that's why the game is so easy for him. But he's still one of the strongest heroes. Can't really do much with him. And he just had, SGA won championship. Hawks had his championship when he killed twice. That was his championship because That was his whole mission, and well, I mean, that to kill twice wasn't the whole mission, but that was like his big moment. You know what I mean? He had his ones, and that's all. In anime, that's all we gonna bring up. What is your personal feats? You know what I mean? And so that was his moment. That was his ring. And then in the last fight, it got wicked for him, but I think the personality matches up super well. So for Hawks, I went SGA.
Mm. I ain't gonna lie, man. That was a great one because I had him HGA's Hawks at first. Then I tried to keep the classes similar and everything, so that's why I threw
I feel that.
HGA as Shoto.
Feel
So,
that.
like we said, Hawks, man, smooth. That boy at the time when it started, he was a number 3 hero. And we didn't really know. He just kind of came out of nowhere. Man, who's this young guy talking all crazy and stuff, man? Who's this little baby face dude coming in, smacking the heroes? Talking just I was just like, bro, why are you talking so arrogantly? But it ended up being like, man, Hawks was low key a hero of heroes, bro. Like he really genuinely cared about the heroship.
Mm-hmm.
End up teaming up with Endeavor
Yeah.
during certain pockets. And he made it a mission to be like, man, I want to help you do your thing too. Like I'm cool. I want to help you get your love and your respect too, man. Like honestly, I don't even want to be number 1. You take that mantle. And that's why I got Steph Curry as Hawks. Curry is the babyface killer. He so Steffortless, as the crew love to say. It's just easy, man.
Steffortless.
It's just so smooth when he just the drippiness. Talking about drippy splash, brother, bruh. That man is the silent assassin, and Hawks was actually an assassin, basically. And the way
He
Curry
was.
plays, he's the babyface killer. And he ended up teaming up with Endeavor. Curry teamed up with KD. Now, it wasn't for the exact same reasons, but we just want to make sure we can do our thing to take over, basically.
Right.
So they had the same mission, same agenda, and it lined up for him. So that's why for me personally, I went with Curry being Hawks.
I like that, man. That's hard. Then he teamed up with Endeavor, KD. Boy. I like that. I like that. Nah, the game definitely looks like it comes easy to Steph too. See the similarities there as well. Yeah, man, that's a great con. I didn't even think about Steph, honestly, for Hawks. But I like the Steph and KD Hawks Endeavor thing more than anything. But yeah, man, that's all right. One of the best heroes as well. Never was really considered number 1, but was one of the best heroes.
I was trying to make all the threads connect, all the dots line up. I'm cooking. I'm trying to cook here, man.
You
Trying to
cooking,
cook.
brother. Keep cooking. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know which one I like better, is GA or Steph for this one, but we're gonna let the people decide though. But that was all. I
Yeah,
like that.
that's a tough one. I think the tough ones are gonna be this one, and Shoto.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the toughest one. I think Cade and BI ain't gonna fight nobody over, man.
Yeah.
Like there ain't no real winner or loser for that one. But I think the tough one's gonna be Shoto for me having SGA, you having Kawhi, and then
Right.
Hawks for me having Curry and you having SGA. So you got a couple one for the people to decide for us, man. So
For sure.
Let's go ahead and go Eraserhead, man.
Eraser.
Mr. Aizawa. That's my guy, man. So who you got for Aizawa, the teacher of Class 1A?
Okay, so for Eraserhead, I went Lou Dort. And I wanted to go a OG player, but I wanted to keep it to where it's like somebody playing today. I didn't know how he was going to do it, but I went Lou Dort for his defensive capabilities, obviously. Basically, take powers away from the opponent, man. Lou do it physically, on defense, and he's a purely defensive player. 3 and D. Lou is the epitome of 3 and D.
Mhm.
Like that's half his shot attempts is threes, and defense is his main thing. First team all defense. Isaiah, he's strictly here for defense. I don't think you've never seen Isaiah hurt nobody. If anything, he done wrapped them up in the little, the little cloth thing, the little wrap. But Isaiah was never punched, kicked, nobody. Strictly defense. Stop them from using these powers. So much so that they keep people with the water abilities to keep his eyes wet just so he can do this. This is your only job. Play defense. Stop him. That's all we got you out here for. Hey, stop that guy right there. That's what you do.
That's what I do. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the main reason I went Lou. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So you go ahead, man. What was yours?
All right, so like you said, Eraserhead. His power is to remove your best weapon, which is your quirk.
Right.
But kind of quiet at times. But he's still super powerful. Because like you said, like you kind of forget about him because you focus on All Might, you focus on Endeavor, you focus on Hawks. But then it's like I'm trying to fight, I'm trying to use my quirk, and it's like, man, what happened? Like I ain't got the out the blue. Here he come. This dude, man, like with the fight with Shigaraki, it's like, why is my quirk not working? Where is he at? Man, Aizawa. There you go. He got to be here. And so for him to be as powerful as to be so quiet, says a lot, man. But his power is to nullify other people's powers. But then the last piece is that everything about the job seems to be a drag. Like, here we go again, class. Shut up and get in your seats. All right. You just go do something, watch this video while taking out. And so I decided to go with Kawhi Leonard and Aizawa. Because his power is to lock up the other people's superpower. He's locking you down. Like, who we playing? Man, where he at, bro? Where's Kawhi at? Because let me just figure out where he at on the floor, man. Because we ain't got time for this today, man. And then he kind of carries this idea of like, does he really want to hoop? Like, we know he wants to hoop, but he carries the persona and the idea of being like
it don't
this
mean
dude ain't
nothing
trying to
to
show
him.
up today. It don't mean nothing to him, bro. He just here for a paycheck. He got his championship ring. He did it now, so now he just here for a paycheck, and he just want to low manage and just play when he wants to and stuff. And that's the kind of thought that is narrative around him and stuff. But yeah, he's the eraser. Once you get in the claw, you lock down. So once Isaiah sees you, he locks eyes on you. It's a wrap. Like ain't too many people getting buckets on Kawhi, and nobody using their power on Eraserhead until he blinks. So, I had like 4 different people thought for Eraserhead. So this is one of the harder ones for me to pick out. I also had thoughts of Wemby being like, yeah, he locking you down, and that was gonna be a fun one too because, like you said, the cloth that he has, the wraps, it's an extension, so he kind of just expands his range. Wemby is the longest defender we got out there, bro. So it's like you think you outside of sight for him, but once he lock eyes on you, your Eraserhead got you. So once Wemby say, I'm guarding you, it's kind of hard to say you're gonna get a bucket over him. It's done, but like, man, it's a lot more work you got to put into. So like, once again, going back to Todoroki, you shut down the quirk, but I'm still strong and still powerful. So I thought Wemby was a dope one there. I thought about Jokic. You kind of have to, it's a drag. I don't want to be here, energy, but he's just as powerful in a sense of everybody else. But the defense thing kind of made it more of a lock for Kawhi. I thought about Draymond here too. Draymond was an interesting one, but the energy of the personality didn't line up for me. Right. So I think Kawhi was the best pick out of those 4 names. So Kawhi's my Eraserhead.
Yeah, man. I like the other people you mentioned too. I kind of wanted to go like an OG player. I thought about saying like Gary Payton, the glove. He's a stopper, obviously. And then I thought about maybe like Kevin Garnett, same way, but KG kind of mentors other young players and stuff now. But then I was like, I don't know if we're doing, retired players. So I was like, I'm just keep it today. So,
yeah.
But those are guys I was like, man, I would like to put KG here or whatever. But Lou Dort kind of fits the same mold though. But I like what you said also. I like the Kawhi Leonard comp. But Kawhi Leonard got a little too much offense for Eraser here.
Yeah. This is probably one of my least favorite picks, man, because he got more of an offensive game and the mentorship, the teaching part. Kawhi doesn't have that as much, and Draymond fits that role too of being like he teaches. He's a leader for the Warriors, and he's gonna put everybody on game by stuff. So this is my least favorite that we've done so far, but I still like it. I think it's a really great, solid pick. Um, and also line up with generations of like Eraserhead being up there with All Might and Endeavor and kind of somewhat with Hawks. But Kawhi's up there with the LeBrons and KDs. He's right there as far as period goes. So that's why I went with that one. But yeah, man, I don't love it, but I really like it.
Yeah, I see where you came from though, for sure. I
Yeah,
think if we went the OG route, it would have been better though.
yeah. So I think if you went with Glove probably would have been the best pick because he could have scored, but we don't look at Glove like no one remembers Glove being a scorer.
Right.
We look at him. It's the glove for a reason. He locking you up. So
Right. That's
I
his
mean,
main
you could
job.
have went old school, man. You could have went old school with GP.
Yeah, but I don't think you got nobody retired. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, I don't want to be the only one.
Do I? I got one person, which is coming up pretty soon. You'll see where I went with that. So
Okay.
if you want, you can change the glove. I'll let you do that piece.
Well, since you got one, yeah, let's make Gary Payne.
All
Gary
right, so
Payne is my
Deal spill on why GP is a race head.
the glove, man. He the stopper. We know he out here gonna stop the other team's guard, and he's a leader. People listen to him. I'm not so sure how much he really, talks to young players now. So I ain't gonna say he mentors the youth, but he was a leader when he played for sure. I remember him talking about the finals. The Sonics played Michael Jordan and the Bulls, and he said that his coach didn't put him on Michael Jordan. And then he said went to like Game 5 that they put them on Mike, and they won, and then they lost in Game 6. And it's like, dang, if I would have been on Mike the whole time, maybe the series would have went different. If he could have said, and him saying that about Michael Jordan, I'm not trying to say by any means Gary Payton was gonna lock up Michael Jordan, but if he can have moments against Michael Jordan to where he can stop Michael Jordan or slow him down, I feel like Isaiah, he got a little bit of a resemblance to Isaiah in that way. Because even though Isaiah could hold Shigaraki back a little bit, he couldn't stop everything. He only stop one quirk.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of was like, I'm going to stop the most dangerous quirk, and then y'all got to, figure it out. So I think all those came to my mind when it came to GP. So yeah, man, take powers away from another opponent. I don't think no guard wants to have Gary Payton guarding him. You don't get a nickname like the Glove if guys don't want to be guarded by you. You know what I mean? People probably understand that this is going to be a long night if you pull up to the arena. So there we go. GP as Eraser. Sorry, Lou.
Nah, I think that's a great pick, man. So, yeah, we're gonna have to let people decide. I think that's another one that's gonna be a fight for that one. But next we got Gran Torino. So I'll pick it up with this one to just kind of keep the old school vibe going. So Gran Torino was the OG and mentor of All Might to some extent. He's the one who kind of guided him and taught him the ways of how to master One for All and how to be a hero. And he was the mentor of his mentor. So he was the eighth wielder of One for All. His actual mentor that passed it down to him was the seventh wielder. And she got mentored by Gran Torino. Gran Torino was like, they ain't their partners, but still some level of mentorship. Similar to how she was for All Might. And so I decided to go with Magic Johnson being Gran Torino.
Okay. Let's see where we're going.
You see where I'm going with this one.
Let's see where we're going.
Since LeBron James is All Might, Who was the guy before LeBron? It was Mike. Well, who was Mike before Mike? It was Magic. But we talking about the similarities in terms of powers and everything that actually mentor somebody. Magic was a better mentor in a lot of ways. That how do I wield this power of being super strong? How do I wield this power of all the might that I have? Man, how do I figure out how to be the guy, but I'm a pass first guy? Triple doubles. I can score a little bit, I can rebound, I can pass. How do I do all this together? How do I figure out how to win like this?
Right.
Magic Johnson. That's the man who I talk to. So, but who was the guy before him? The middle ground between those two is Magic. Mike. Mike was the guy. And so Mike passed down some parts to him because Mike taught LeBron to an extent how to be the guy in this new era. How do you wield all the powers in this way? And before Mike, it was Magic. So Magic taught Mike, and LeBron learned from both of them. So I think that's the line that I have here of like Gran Torino, seventh wielder, All Might. I hate that I don't remember her name, but Gran Torino, seventh wielder, All Might, Magic, Mike, LeBron.
I like it, man. I like it. So, like listening to you talk now, it makes me kind of wish we went Mike as All Might and just went ahead and made LeBron Midori. But LeBron too old to be Deku. You know what I mean? Currently, but it would have made a lot of sense if we did this 5 years ago. I mean, if My Hero came out 5 years ago, we definitely could have went Mike as All Might, Braun as Deku. I wish we could have done that a little bit now. Just go ahead, Mike, Braun. Then this could have been Magic. It would have fit perfectly. But I see where you was going though. Either way, it's a good comp. Yeah, old man.
But go ahead and do your comp, man. Who you got?
All right, my Gran Torino comp, I went Russell Westbrook. Okay. Old man, the older player, older guy, still in the league though. I didn't go retired, but older guy, explosive, and can still contribute. So we saw Gran Torino fight. He still can contribute. He's fast. He's explosive. He can still get in there, mix it up. But we ain't dependent on him no more. You know what I mean? And that's Russ. We ain't dependent on him no more. And then, Gran Torino ended up in the hospital. But Russ is just that guy, man. Shoot, this past summer, we didn't know if Russ was going to be on the team. It was rumors about him getting a deal in the overseas league for $1 million, something like that. We didn't think Russ was going to be on the team. But he older, man. We don't know. People wouldn't think about Gran Torino like that before he was introduced. Nobody was out here like Carl Gran Torino. Mm-hmm. And then he pulls up in the store. He starts helping, Deku and talking to All Might and stuff. Russ kind of helps young players. A lot of young players speak highly of Russ and respect him. And he can still be explosive and quick and give you that good, give you a offensive punch. But we don't depend on him like that no more. We just can't. He cannot be the guy we depend on. You know what I mean? And that's why I went Russ for Gran Torino.
I like that. I think, yeah. That's a good pick, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dang, that's a good one, bro. You kind of good with that.
Appreciate it. All respect to Russ, man. I don't mean to call you old, but you ain't the Russ of old. I remember MVP Russ and what you could do. And I just said a lot of, people might say I've slandered Russell Westbrook here and there. But I remember when Russ was the guy. I remember MVP Russ. And that was a crazy season. And you had some crazy games, brother. And I will never forget. But Gran Torino, you remember in the show, they would show flashbacks of Gran Torino when he was younger and like mentoring, the seventh wielder. And he was tall.
He was tall and yoked up.
Yeah, we was like, the Gran Torino.
Bro, I'm glad you brought that up. What? We never saw what happened. What happened for that man to go from looking like All Might to somebody like the little old man from Up? Like, come on, bro.
The old man from Up. He reminded me of Onoki from Naruto so bad. The
Mm-hmm.
old man from the Earth Village. Or
Yeah,
I guess, yeah, you know what I'm talking
Sam.
about.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Stone. Hitting
Stone.
in the stone. But, yeah, man, Gran Torino was tall, yoked. He looked like the number one hero around here. Now he this big. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think Russ kind of just fit that. Like, I feel like if there was like kids watching Russ right now, and they was, if honestly, if you was 10, 11, 12, the last few years when Russ was in LA and then went to Denver and stuff, and seeing the bad plays he made and stuff, he made some good plays before somebody get on my case. But seeing the bad mistakes he used to make, the shots he used to take, and how they were slandering him on social media and TikTok and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
kids probably think Russ suck, or he's just like a athletic guy that's on the team, like he ain't skilled. But if I put on that MVP Russell Westbrook highlights, you'll be like, dang, this Russ? Like, yeah, MVP, average triple double. Team with no other All Stars on it. Got him to the playoffs. You know what I mean? He's just like Cam Newton. When Cam Newton was in his prime, he was Superman, Cam Newton. But if you was just starting to watch football when the Patriots signed Cam Newton, you probably thought he was trash. You probably was like, oh, I mean, he's just a guy. No, brother. Let me show you what Gran Torino used to look like. What was I? So, yeah, I went Russ.
Yeah,
Instead.
man. I almost wanted to go D Wade just for quirkiness of like D Wade was the Flash and he used to bounce around and hop around and he was the quick one. And Gran Torino he's so quick, bro. Like the jet propulsion he
Yeah.
go through and he's just like pew 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 bounce around the room when he start throwing them hands on Deku. He's like, man, you land one good hit on me, you can get to work. That's how D Wade is when he was prime Flash. He was just pew pew flashing around, Euro stepping around people, uh drag stepping everybody. And it's like, dang, bro, they snatch folks ankles off and stuff. Like, so I thought about going Wade for quirk, but to keep the thread going of Gran Torino to LeBron. Shoot, even how Magic is somewhat of a mentor for Luka. Like, as a Laker, you follow in that same lineage, and as a wielder of the power of being a tall playmaker, you follow the lineage of that too. So that's why I went Gran Torino for this one, man. But I like your Westbrook pick, man. I think that lines up a lot, man. So
I like your Magic pick. It's a good one. We let the people decide on that one.
I think that's the best head to head that we gonna have, honestly. I think
It's
that's the
looking
one that's over everybody else we got. So let's go Lemillion, man. One of our favorite heroes.
Le Million.
Who you got
I,
for
I think you go honestly. When I did this, I was like, either me and B gonna have the exact same person, or he gonna really love this pick.
I got two people still in mind for this one, so I want to see what you got.
I'm sure you. I'm willing to bet we gonna say the same name. I'm fairly certain.
Okay.
For the million, I went Ben Simmons.
Okay.
Ben, we thought Ben was the next one. We thought Ben was the next great hero. He was a little bit older than Deku. I think he was in the next class or whatever. He was older than Deku. Folks thought he might take over for All Might. Until he lost his powers. And boy, did Ben lose his powers, dog.
Hey, boy, you cooking. You are
I'm
cooking.
cooking with this one. Ben was first team all defense. He was in defensive player of the year runnings. He was averaging almost a triple double at one point. He wasn't scoring that many points, but like he was having impact. He was an all-star. Folks thought those Sixers could possibly be championship contenders, especially that year they had Ben, J.J. Redick, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. They thought that was the team to go all the way. Kawhi Leonard hit the
Mm-hmm.
joint. When he did that, ended all of it. Ben started having all these injuries, backs, spasms, and all this other stuff. Lost his powers, man. And folks thought he was gonna be the next LeBron, the next All Might. He might become the number one hero one day. If Ben just developed a jump shot, he a jump shot away from LeBron. Oh, don't forget the famous Colin Cowherd. Hey LeBron, it's okay. You can go. Ben Simmons is here. Boy, if he didn't jump the gun on that one, that boy said, "Hey LeBron, you can go." Ben Simmons is looking back at that now is crazy.
Yeah.
Like listening to that now sounds so crazy, but in the moment, it was not crazy to say that. I mean, it was kind of crazy to be like, "You can go." That was kind of disrespectful. But for us to think at one point like, "Hey man, Ben Simmons gonna be the next LeBron." He just developed a jump shot, skill wise. He athletic and big and can pass, all that good stuff. If he could just shoot, he can be as good as LeBron one day. That's what we was thinking. Million was that guy, man. We thought he was gonna be all might. Next thing you know, he lost his powers, got his powers back. Then in the last fight, he didn't know how he was gonna help. He didn't know what to do. Ben out here missing layups. He ain't taking the layup when he open. He passing it. He ain't know what to do, man. He was lost, man. He was lost. So, yeah, man. Ben Simmons, LaMillion.
The stove was hot when you was making that one, boy. That thing was
Hey,
burning.
brother. Hey, brother, one of my best works,
But unfortunately, I didn't have Ben, man. So, but let's see if I can compete, man. So, LaMillion, he is a good guy. He was pictured to be the next symbol of peace. He was kind of awkward. I ain't gonna lie. He had a little awkwardness to him. He was like, "Oh, he's the next guy. Look at him." Then you start actually interacting with him. And it's like, "Oh, he a little interesting guy. Okay, all right." And like you said, he lost his power, man. And he had to really, really fight and claw for the respect that he got. Like he had to grind from the bottom. Because you remember when it showed his flashback, it was like, oh, his quirk is pretty useless. He can't even control his quirk because he dropping his clothes and he getting stuck between stuff because he didn't even know how to really utilize his quirk like that.
Right.
And so my NBA comp is another good guy who kind of once you start to peek behind the door and see more of who he was, like people thought he was kind of weird and kind of awkward and stuff. He's not really built for the spotlight. He's supposed to be one of the next faces of the league and supposed to take that next step, but he never kind of quite got there. And he had to still to this day try to fight for the respect that he gets. Jason Tatum is my million. Supposed to be the next face. Supposed to be the guy. A good guy, a clean cut guy. You look at him like, oh, that's basically NBA material. He finals, Eastern Conference Finals run, always in the playoffs, finals appearance. Finally get the ring. Oh, I'm the guy. You got to give me the torch. USA basketball hits. Everybody playing but me. Oh,
everybody playing.
I'm the champ. Finals MVP. I'm the guy. I know I get the Finals MVP piece, but like I'm still right here. I'm still like I'm supposed to be getting the torch. I'm like, I ain't supposed to be like the guy, but I'm one of the people that you're supposed to be looking at as the next piece up. And it's like, dang, I'm still not him. So he got to still fight, and still claw to get that next level of respect he got to earn. To make it even worse, his counterpart, LaMillion's counterpart, was like, dang, you probably stronger than me, dog. You can eat whatever, and now you got a octopus arm, or you got a claw that's from a hawk, or you got a crab this, or whatever it is. It's like, dang, bro, that's a pretty powerful quirk. Taylor's partner in crime, man. You got the Finals MVP. I'm still trying to fight to compete with you. Like, it's a good competitive balance, but I'm still trying to prove I want to be number one. Like, no shade to you. I want to be number one. And Tatum's still trying to figure out how to piece the stuff together to get that next piece. And he lost his power at USA Basketball. He took a bit of his power back when you talk about the Finals MVP. And now he take another step back with the injury. And so he's still trying to fight to be proven to be that real one. And kind of like we talked about earlier, Million never got that full respect at the end like he should have got. And so Tatum did the thing. He got the championship, but we still don't give him that full respect of being like, yeah, he's the guy. Because he didn't do it how we thought he should have got it done. You didn't take over. You didn't dominate. You coasting half the games. You didn't take over. You're not taking the game winner. You didn't get Finals MVP. Bro, I got the ring. I'm one of the guys. It's me. It's 1 and 2. It's us. It ain't like I'm third. No shot to KP. Porzingis. It ain't like I'm him. Ain't like I'm Al Horford. Ain't like I'm Drew Holiday, Derek White. It's me and Brown. It's us two. So Tatum's my million, man. He's still trying to fight for respect. He's supposed to be in next space, but he never got the full love and respect he should have got. A good guy, clean cut. It's a little awkward when you start digging into who he actually is and stuff, in people's opinion, and just can't quite get right. You know what I mean? Like he has the resume and stuff, and Milan had the resume to be the next All-Man, but it's like, dang, he ain't there. So got JT.
I like that though, brother. That's good. I ain't think about JT. He got everything he needed, just ain't really working out for him. Yep. It just ain't working out for him, man. And then he a little corny too. I hate people keep calling him corny. People was doing him so bad after they won the championship, calling him corny and stuff. Yeah. And I'm just like, man, let Buddy live, bro. He enjoying the ride. You know, I hate if people was doing it like that, but you know, it's whatever. But Million was definitely corny as well.
Oh yeah,
like so that matches up as well, man. But good guy, got everything he need, man. You know, just kind of lost his powers in the Olympics, but then tore his ACL or tore his Achilles, so he really lost his powers. So yeah, that's a great comp too, man. I like that. Yeah, we're going to let the people decide who they think had the better comp for this one.
Yeah, I like it that we got these different ones, but they still like really great. I think that's gonna be a good thing too. So
for sure.
All right, now we got to switch up and go to the villain side, man. Let's go all for one. Actually, I lied.
Okay.
I got an old school pick right here, but it's gonna be a little different. So, for all for one, man, he was the guy who was the antagonist for All Might. He was the one that was opposing of ideologies, opposing of how powers should operate and work. And for a long time, man, it just felt like All for One's very selfish. But at the very, very end, you start to see the humane part of him. It's like, oh, he just cared for his little brother. He just really wanted to look at. I'm not saying I agree with it, but that's the humane part of it. That's what the story.
He wanted to own his little brother.
But he's like, I love you, little brother, and all. It's like, all right, that's what I'm saying. It's a sliver of humanity started to peek in at the end. So ownership was the whole idea the whole time. But like, I love you, little brother. He had a warped view of what love actually was. To kind of get both sides of it. And so, but yeah, man, he was the antagonist of ideas of how the quirk should be wielded and how everybody should operate. And it was all a ploy to kind of get to his end goal. So I got Kobe Bean Bryant as being all for one. When you have the idea of opposing views of how the game of basketball should be done, we have all for one, Kobe Bryant. Catch it off the rim. And when you catch it off the rim, give it back to me. All right? I don't trust your work ethic. I don't trust you being powerful enough to do the right thing, make the right decisions. So just let me make all the decisions for y'all. I make all decisions for this one team. LeBron's the exact opposite. It's like, hey, man, I trust you to go ahead and do your thing. I'm getting a rebound for us. I'm getting a shot for us. I'm getting this pass for us. I'm making this move for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm making this for the Miami Heat, for the Los Angeles Lakers. That's how LeBron operates. Kobe has the similar ideology of like, I want this to be great for the game of basketball too. But I'm the one that's gonna do this work because I don't trust y'all to do y'all thing. Y'all don't see y'all in the gym. I don't see y'all training. I don't see y'all putting in work. So they kind of had a butting of heads, not for real, because they never saw them really match up like that. But just the butting of heads of ideology, how we saw them operate and work. And once I start rolling with the rest of the guys we got going, you'll see where I'm cooking with for real with the rest of this, man. But I got Kobe being all for one.
Yeah, bro. You was cooking with that one. I like that, especially with LeBron really being the inverse of Kobe, because that's real.
Yep.
Like Kobe said, man, y'all boys don't work as hard as me. This like, give me the ball. I trust myself. Bron, like, man, I trust y'all boys, man. I gave Kyle Korver, man, I trust him to make that shot. He just missed it. We live with that. They are complete opposites, especially when it comes to them crunch time decisions, boy. You cooking with that one. I like that. See, if we would have, see, this is my fault. I should have asked beforehand. Like, are we going to throw in retired players or are we going all current? But I just assumed we was going all current. But
you gotta think how
that's
we
a
did
great
Naruto
pickup.
though. It was like whoever you thought was the best fit.
But see, the thing with Naruto is that we had a lot of it's older, like the Hokages and stuff in Naruto. It's like they have to kind of be retired players. So that made more sense. With these guys, these some kids. You know what I mean? I mean, All For One is older, so it makes sense for him to be a guy like that. But that's kind of where I was at with it because I'm like, all these guys are older. I mean, younger in the show. So I didn't want to put retired players right here. The only person like Gran Torino makes perfect sense to be a retired player. And then this one also kind of makes sense. All For One is like super old in the show. So that makes sense. But no, this is great though, man. It's a great comp. But moving on. My All For One, man. I went Nikola Jokic. It's All For One.
Okay.
And I said Jokic because he has no weaknesses. He got many powers, many superpowers, scoring, post moves, footwork, passing, IQ, vision. He can shoot the ball. He can dribble it up the court. He ain't got no weaknesses. He got a bunch of powers. He got plenty of superpowers. And everybody got to beat him. I know what we're saying about OKC and everything right now because the dominance that they've shown and stuff like that. But when Jokic was MVP every year, people was building teams, including OKC. People was building teams to beat Jokic because they knew they was going to need bigs. Everybody started trying to get bigs because, like, Nikola Jokic is out there. We got to be able to throw bodies at him, almost like Shaq. We need size. We need strength. And it's because the Lakers beat him that way. In 2020, they had Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Marcus Morris, Anthony Davis. They had bigs to throw at him. And then without the bigs that they had, the very next year, the Nuggets won the championship because nobody could really get in front because nobody could stop him like that. But I think that was like the blueprint. Now people building teams to beat Jokic. And I know OKC beat them, but when OKC beat them, Aaron Gordon tore his hamstring or pulled his hamstring, and Michael Porter Jr. couldn't shoot the ball with a shoulder injury and stuff. Team was, they was hurting, and they still went to 7 games, I think. Yeah, they went to 7 games. So people want to beat Jokic. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They have to build their team to beat him. Same way they had to build a team for All For One. And he's super smart. Like, it feels like he's thinking all the time. He knows what's going to happen. He has a plan. But it also seems like he don't really care about none of this. What does All For One really care about? You know what I mean? We found out later that it was his little brother. It seemed like he was just destroying the world just to destroy the world or take over the world. But in reality, he wanted the power to bring back his little brother in Shigaraki. But Jokic is like, do he really love basketball? What does he care about? Horses. That's all we really know about him, horses. Now, we seen him play in the Olympics. We saw the passion. It was like, oh, he cared about playing for his country. It means something to him. But it feels the same way. It's like, man, you so good, so smart, so like dominant, but it seems like you just doing it to do it. Like, what's the real reason? Why are you doing this? So I didn't really see a comp between all for one and one for all when it comes to Jokic and LeBron, other than the fact that Bron beat him, then got old. I guess that's the comp. You know what I mean? There you go. It just built itself. But Bron beat him all for one. I mean, all might beat all for one. But after that, it was like, that's all I got. So now we hoping Luka beat him. It's like, it's on Luka now. All for one is coming.
Hey, that last little piece kicked it up a notch, man.
Yeah, it's on Luka now. Midoriya, you got the power to beat all for one.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's where I'm at with it, man. I really like that comp though, man, because just the Jokic got everything, just like all for one, got some everything. So those are good, man. Those are two good comps.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I think about that with Kobe too, because Kobe has, like, when you think about the ultimate offensive weapon, that's a piece of that is Kobe. Because, like, what does he not have in his game?
Nothing.
It might not
Post
be
shooting.
the best, but it's like
He got it.
You can't knock him. You know, like some of All for One's quirks were not the OG of it, so he probably can't wield as best as, because it took him a while to learn the warp one. He couldn't do it as well because the quirk he had wasn't as good as the other guy. So it's like, man, my quirk might not be as best as this guy. I'm not as great as a shooter as Curry. I'm not as great as a defender as Pippen. I'm not as great as a post as Jordan or Hakeem, but I'm good enough. And all these powers I got come together for my offensive game to make me one of the best offensive weapons the NBA's ever seen. So I ain't think about that, but like, yeah, Kobe had that too, man. So that's a good one, man. Like, yeah, we cooking with this one, man.
Yeah, man. We're gonna let people decide. We're gonna see. I like both of them though, for sure. I like your thoughts too.
Yeah. I think that's up there with the Ben Simmons Tatum one. Like the last few, I think the last three we did. Like Gran Torino was tough. All for One was tough. Eraserhead was tough. So All for One. So the last couple we did is I like that it's different and it's very strong cases for each side. So depending on which narrative you kind of want to go with, will make it stick harder for that person. So, dang, it's good, man. All right. Let's go to the All for One successor. We've been talking about him the whole time, Shigaraki. Who was your NBA comp?
Okay. You have to bear with me with this because I definitely had trouble finding somebody for Shigaraki. I ain't gonna lie. But for Shigaraki, I went Draymond Green. And I said because he's out here destroying things. He's very destructive, you know. But he leads a group that is defeating the heroes. They out here destroying the heroes, causing chaos. And that's Draymond with the Warriors. Now, of course, Steph Curry is the guy. Draymond is kind of the vocal leader. And Shigaraki has that when it comes to the League of Villains. Now, what's it called? Decay? Is Decay the strongest quirk that they had? They had twice that can make like infinite clones of themselves. Old girl with the blood, she could turn into anybody. You know what I mean?
Dobby.
Yeah, Dobby. It's almost like he probably didn't even have the strongest quirk until he started fusing with All for One and gaining all the quirks, of course. But when it was just Decay, is you know, it was arguable that he didn't have the strongest quirk in the League of Villains. But he was the leader, and everybody did listen and respect him in the League of Villains. And they was kind of following his plans. And Draymond's obviously smart, great mind for the game, and a leader of the Warriors. But he is destructive. And they did defeat plenty of heroes. The Warriors beat plenty of our heroes. They beat LeBron. They beat KD and the Thunder before they got KD, of course. They beat KD and the Thunder. They was tearing James Harden up in Houston. They couldn't get over the hump. They was beating a lot of the heroes that we know today. And people was out here teaming up to beat them, obviously. Like they at one point in time, they was the team everybody was trying to get together to beat.
Hmm.
So that's why I landed on Draymond for this one.
Okay. I see what you're doing there. Okay.
Yeah,
I think I might have you on this one though, brother. So
you probably will.
all right. So Shigaraki, man, he is seen as the pinnacle of what to be, but his quirk was powerful in the sense of like his touch left the mark on you, so you'll know when Shigaraki was there. He got to a point right around the time where he started really speaking for himself. He got the League of Villains, and it's like this hero was so corrupted. It was similar in the vein of when he started getting inspired from Stain. His ideology started to come, and it was like he started thinking a little bit different. He was like, you know what, this hero world is kind of jacked up. I wanna let's shake the thing up a little bit. I don't like how the thing is ran. Like I can't stand uh the ideas of what you guys go for, and I can't stand what you guys are kind of doing. My mentor don't like y'all either, so I think I'm gonna just rock with my mentor and kind of operate how he been operating.
Right.
And a big part of the thing he was doing, giving like an uncomfortable truth. Like there was some truth that needed to be said about the hero world, similar to this thing, but he brought it a little bit differently. And he felt alone and abandoned until Deku came and helped him. Okay. My Shigaraki is Kyrie Irving. He brings a lot of
Okay.
uncomfortable truths out there. And it's like I put a quotation marks around truth because everybody don't believe everything he was saying. But there's some truths that he did bring up in terms of the whole thing that got him kicked off of Nike was the whole I ain't gonna go too deep in that, but he got kicked off of Nike for saying some things that obviously Nike didn't agree with. He brought up the whole thing about COVID, which the whole issue with him and the Nets. He brought up the stuff about the slavery and stuff going on overseas and stuff. Like he's brought up a lot of things that people try to tap dance around, a lot of NBA players will avoid. No, I'm gonna sit here and stand 10 toes on it. I'm gonna live and die by it. His game, the touch that he has with the game, left the mark. Arguably the greatest ball handler we've ever seen. It's crazy. We don't look at the game differently once Kyrie leaves. It's like, dang, bro, a legend has left the game. That's what Kyrie is. And it don't line up perfectly, but he was kind of alone doing his thing in Cleveland until LeBron came and helped him and molded him to being like, okay, All Might came to help him. But then it got a little friction there. Then he left and off, and everybody kind of wrote him off. He kind of felt cast away. Akari, he's damaged goods. He ain't healthy. He ain't nobody. Man, get that boy in Dallas. Who came and helped him out? Who restored the name of Kyrie Irving? Luka Don Dada Doncic.
Young Midoriya.
Young Midoriya helped Shigaraki's name and his idea. He got a friend. You got a friend in me, like good old Toy Story said. So at the end, we saw him kind of get the redemption piece of being like, "I see you doing your thing, my boy." Kyrie Irving was written off until Luka came and helped him. He was casted away. All Might supposed to be helping him, but he ended up doing some damage, doing some hurt. And it's like, oh, I can't stand you, All Might, and we got beef. Now, the Kyrie and LeBron don't have beef, but the real piece that kick in is Deku. That's why I say it's kind of a weird fit right there. But Deku being Luka and Kyrie being Shigaraki lines up right here. So I got Kyrie Irving being Shigaraki. Oh,
I
and
like that.
the tutelage of Kobe. Like all for one, the Shigaraki, Kobe, and Kyrie. So yeah, man.
Yeah, boy, the dots is connected, boy. The dots is connected, boy. You doing the thing. Hey,
Yes,
dog, that's
sir.
good. That is good, boy. I like that one. You beat me right here for sure. Like, I wanted Shigaraki to be somebody like I really could not think of nothing for Shigaraki that much. Like I wanted to be somebody that was like not evil, but like destructive. Like he could
Hmm.
come in and do damage. You know what I mean? I should have
Yeah.
thought of somebody offensively like that, but man, Kyrie for sure fits. Like, boy, you did your thing with this one, dog. You got me.
I think if we were just strictly going player for character, yours would fit because I'm trying to fit the whole structure and lineup of everything to make it the dots connect, like I was saying. So
Yes,
if I wasn't playing by that rule, like if I didn't keep myself to that rule, some of your comps would be obliterating mine. Like Shigaraki being Kyrie don't line up that perfectly. But when you connect all the dots,
personality
and it's like,
wise, so
yeah, so you put all the dots together, it's like you gotta go
makes
with it.
sense.
So yeah,
Makes
yeah. So
sense.
if we just going player for character, you probably have me on a couple of them, but because I'm trying to connect all the dots, it's a little different, man. So it's a good one though. I think Draymond's a really good one though. Don't sleep on that, but I think I still got you on that.
Nah, for sure. With like you said, with the whole structure of the timeline, it works so good. It helps everything that you said. So, nah, that's great, bro. That's good thinking.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. So we got 3 more characters left, man. So let's go ahead and get into Dobby. Who'd you pick for the young flamethrower Dobby?
All right. So for Davi, I think you appreciate this one a little bit. For Davi, I went Ja Morant. So
Okay.
yeah, when it comes to Ja, explosive. Got this. It got we all know how Ja play. Explosive, firepower, can give you a lot on offense. We know the crazy highlights and everything. Ja's super explosive, but has kind of gone down the wrong path. Been kind of misguided. Uh, but he wants to beat the old heads. He wants to get the old gen out of here. He
Mm-hmm.
kind of had that feeling, that flair about him, like I want to beat these guys. He don't want to necessarily replace them. He want to beat them. Feel me? And Dobby obviously wants to kill his father, Endeavor. He got the explosive quirk, the fire. The fire is blue. That's how hot it is. He wants to beat the old heroes, get rid of these old guys. We run the world. Feel me? And that's kind of the spirit that Ja has in a way. Get these old guys out the way, man. It's our time now. But they both kind of going down the wrong path. Ja's kind of misguided at times. I think he need to get out of Memphis, but this ain't the time to talk about all that. He just need a fresh start somewhere. And Dobby's kind of in the end, without saying too much, I guess. I mean, I'm sure we just spoiled a good bit for somebody if you ain't seen everything yet, anyway. But uh, in the end, Dobby, he needed to he needed to see what he could have become if he
Mm-hmm.
didn't take the wrong path. He needed to see what he was doing, what how he was hurting people, all this good stuff. And I think John needs that as well. He needs to get out. He needs to go somewhere else, see what it's like on the other side, what a fresh start could do for him in a new place. And I think it'd be really good for him. So for Dobby, I went Ja Morant right here.
Okay. 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 All right. So follow me here. All right.
Following.
Dobby, flamethrower, cooking. He's the hot-headed son of Endeavor. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of started off in a weird, like when we know Dobby, not the whole background story, but knowing Dobby, like a little strange, just a little. I don't know. I don't know where to put him at. It's like you want to join the league, but like, why you joining? I just want to. And it's like, okay, all right, whatever. You strong. We'll take you. Got no qualms with you. Then it's like, oh, you actually pretty powerful and pretty strong when you get going. Oh, you can actually really cook. Oh, you actually crazy and can cook. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, your pops is in Denver. Oh, that's snap. Oh, snap. You just need a hug. That's all it was. Oh, okay, cool. I got you. So, so you see the storyline of how he goes with it, man. Uh, the guy I got is a a homie of KD, not necessarily his son, but a good homie of KD, man. He is known as to be a flamethrower too. When we first got introduced to him, it's kind of like, oh, okay. We know you're cool, but you ain't like you a lottery pick. We saw you. You was when you was in college, bro. You was coming off the bench. You weren't really all that to us. You come in the pros. Oh, you can actually hoop in the pros. 70-point game. That's cool, but you ain't really like that. Oh, now you with the squads. Oh, he can actually cook. He can actually play now. It's more than just kind of talking hype. Oh, now we see what you're doing on your own. You still kind of doing your thing too now. Oh, you can really hoop. Okay, now we see the connections here. I got Devin Booker being Dobby. He is not the son of KD, but he's under that lineage of I hooped with him. He learned how to mature and grow the game in that way. He got a lot of exposure from being with KD. When we first saw him when he was in Kentucky, he was like, "You can hoop, but you the sixth man, bro. We ain't expecting too much of you." So he came in, got drafted. He's like, "Oh, all right, yeah. Oh, you can actually cook 70-point game. Oh, but you just on some losing team. All right, you ain't too impressed. Oh, you went to the finals. Dang, and you was cooking. Oh, you can actually really hoop now. You can actually play meaningful basketball for winning team. All right, now we seeing the dots connect and see you can really play. Now KD's left, CP3's left, kind of on his own now, and it's like okay, he can really play basketball now. So I think I got Devin Booker being Dobby, man, and it's really more so the Endeavor Dobby connection. I don't love everything about it, but I wanted to keep the name of that going. So
I feel that though.
yeah,
I see the connection. Like I said, the structure of everything helps your cases.
mm-hmm.
Um, I really like I really like the thought of like him being part of KD lineage and stuff. But he is an offensive flamethrower for sure. He could go off for some explosive games. His personality don't really fit Dobby, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
uh everything else though, I like what you said. Um I just like Ja for I don't have a Ja Endeavor connection. I wanted to find something like that, but it was hard for me to find something like that for KD. Could have been Ant-Man, but I also didn't want
I thought about
Ant-Man to
that.
be evil. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't but I'm gonna get to Ant-Man in a second also. But I thought about Ant-Man because you know he's KD's little bro in a way. Um but I didn't want Ant-Man to be like a evil person in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't see him that way. And not to say that John Morant is evil, but I don't think that in any way, shape, or form. But I feel like his whole thing with Dobby's whole thing is he's misguided and angry. And that is the whole basis of why he is where he is.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that with Ja as well. Ja is just a little misguided. You know in the movie Coach Carter when he talks to Cruz when he first become the coach, and he like, what I look like to you? And he said, to be honest, a very scared and confused young man.
Yep.
That's John Morant. And that's also Dobby. I don't think Dobby's scared, but he's angry and
Mm-hmm.
confused. And, you know, like you said, he just needed a hug. If it's possible to give him a hug when he was younger, would have saved a whole lot of people from suffering and burning and all this other stuff. But like I said, don't believe John Morant's evil, but in any shape or form, I don't want anybody to think that or get that misconstrued. But that was the
Yeah.
connections that I made.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. Dobby was kind of tough. Dobby was
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Because I thought about doing Ant-Man here because of the Endeavor Dobby thing. But then I thought about doing Ant-Man for Shoto because he's also the son of Endeavor. And, and Katie got
And
the
that makes
connection.
sense also.
Yeah. And so I was like, dang. But then I thought about how, this is just like you see the whole story that I'm trying to line up with and go with. So I was like, nah. Like you said, I don't want Ant-Man to be a bad guy. So I'm like, can I find something else to do? And I was like, Devin Booker, I think he kind of embraces more the bad guy role. I think John Morant embraces even more than Book. So I was like, I think Book will kind of fit here. Not trying to call him a bad guy again, too. So, but really, the biggest connection is really being the Endeavor, Dobby, Katie, Book, and he's a bucket. He's a flamethrower on the court. So I ain't love it, but I think that's the best one I could come up with. And then give one more layer to it. So Kobe's off one, Kyrie Shigaraki. Book is also somewhat under that ideology and lineage of a Kobe. I'm gonna
for
shoot
sure.
first, ask questions later thing. So that's kind of the thread I was kind of trying to weave in there too. So it's not sexy, but I'm pulling enough of them in there to make it all connect. So the villain side kind of threw me off a little bit, man. So anything else?
Nah, man, this was like I said, it was tough. The villains are a little bit harder because you don't necessarily want to call somebody a villain. It makes you feel like you was
Yeah.
calling them a bad person. But nah, man, I like both our thinkings, and yours fit in the structure and the strings of what you got going. But I like both of
All
them.
right, so we got two left, man. Let's go ahead and finish this villain side up with Twice. Who you got for Twice, Mr. Double Clone Powered Quirk himself?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't have Twice on my paper.
Oh man,
Did we say we was gonna do Twice? Maybe I
yeah.
just left them out by accident. Dang, man. I do not. You go ahead and do Twice, and I can think of some. You give me yours, and I give you some back.
All right, so Twice was the probably most misunderstood one of the League of Villains. Because he
Yeah.
had this weird dichotomy of him of like he didn't know who was gonna show up. He didn't know what the real one. Uh, but when he finally got his head on straight and he did what he's supposed to do, he was arguably the most powerful one of them all. Like you could really put up a good fight that he could throw hands with anybody. Because he's a whole city, bro. He could have took down Japan by himself almost. Like
Yeah.
there's maybe 10 other characters in the whole show who probably could have put up a good enough fight to stop him. And that says a lot because you got a lot of different powerful quirks. So with him being as powerful as he was, but still feeling like misunderstood throughout the whole time, and he was like, "Dang, Hawk, you did me wrong." It's like I thought we had something here. I thought we was cool. And it's like, man, I really wouldn't rock with Sugar Rocket. I really understand this. And it's like, I feel misguided. I feel kind of off put by everything going on with me. Player I have is also, I feel like, got it to a point where it's misunderstood. And it's also like a loose cannon, loose ideology type of thing. But like once his head on straight and he locked in and playing a little more discipline, it's a legend. One of the GOATs. And he's been racking up awards lately, getting a little more recognition and praise for what he's been doing. I got Russell Westbrook being Twice. When that boy head on straight, bruh, triple-double seasons. But he got times where he's a little reckless, a little wild. We don't know what Westbrook going to show up. He's going to be out of control and throwing the ball outside the backboard, or we're going to have it the triple-double, dominate a full game, looking like the best point guard that we've ever seen. Sometimes it's the split personality of Westbrook. So we don't know if we're going to see diamond triple-double, crazy, wild, and reckless. We saw him OKC Wizards triple-double. Oh, fit him with LeBron. That should work. That was the other side of him. It was like, we ain't quite see him. Like you mentioned earlier, it's like, boy, I'm on the league. We don't know who we gonna get when we see Westbrook. And so with him being the yin and yang like that, and Twice being the yin and yang, like literally split personality, I think Westbrook kind of has the same thing of like, you either gonna get triple double, dominating offense and defense, or you're getting a liability that just can turn over the ball, all this crazy energy going on everywhere. So I got Westbrook being Twice.
I like that, boy. That's good. You never know what you're gonna get from Russ. The same way you never know what you're gonna get from Twice. The same way. It's a good comp, man. I like that. I think Russ, that was like you said, arguably one in his prime, one of the best players. Twice when like you said, when his head on straight, he one of the strongest villains, and that's why it was so hard to kill him.
Yep.
Spoiler alert. But all right. So as you were speaking, I kind of was thinking about it, and I'm sorry I wasn't prepared for this one, but I would say just thinking about Twice and kind of obviously listening to you speak on it. I'm gonna go Jordan Poole for Twice because you never really know what you're gonna get from him. Like Poole could come in, get you 30. Sure, he might could get you 40, but he might walk in there and give you 8, give you 9. He's also seen very kind of unserious. Does he take the game seriously? Mm-hmm. Does he really? Does Twice really care what happens? Does he really want to take over the world? Is he just going with the flow? We don't really know what Twice want. You know what I mean? Does he just want chaos and destruction? But he's powerful. He's a powerful ally to have, as we saw with Jordan Poole in the Warriors. He's a powerful ally to have. When he around like the League of Villains, I already had Draymond and Shigaraki. When he's a part of the League of Villains, they was out here wrecking things, and he was a very powerful piece when he was there. And he ain't die, but they sent him to Washington to die. They sent him to Washington for his career to die. They dies in New Orleans, but when they sent him to Washington, which ain't much better, but some. But when they sent him to Washington, it was like, well, that's it for him. Mm-hmm. But people also thought he was going to hoop in Washington, but it wasn't going to mean nothing because it's Washington. But yeah, man, that's kind of what my thoughts took me just, in the last minute. Like, you don't really know what you're going to get from Pool Party, but when he was with the League of Villains, he was dangerous. We got to get him up out of here. And he was a big part of that championship, obviously. Everybody watched that playoff run, seen Poole hitting them shots from half court. He ain't care about nothing. He was playing free, but you didn't know what you was going to get from him. He could come in there and give you 30. He could come in there and give you a smooth 10, help out. But dangerous man when he was with the League of Villains.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's round it out, man. So I saved Stain for last. I saved Stain for last because he's not really a villain. He's not really a hero. He's just a misguided
anti-hero.
Soul. Yeah, he's an anti-hero. I just need a little guidance. So save him for last, man. Are you prepared for Stain? You got Stain?
I'm prepared for Stain.
All right, so who would you comp for Stain?
My NBA comp for Stain is none other than the hero killer, Ant-Man. Give me Ant-Man and Stain. He killing the hero, beat LeBron, beat Steph. And then they lost to Luka, who's Midoriya. Lost to Luka. And Midoriya didn't necessarily beat Stain, but he beat Stain, you know what I mean? He didn't lose to Stain. But Ant-Man, we seen the Starring Five, not documentary, but the show. Mm-hmm. When Ant-Man was there, he like, man, he trying to beat all the old heads. And he was doing it. Get Brian up out here. Ant-Man, Batman, Superman, Timberwolves, and 5. Oh, man. That's the hero killer, man. He was packing up all our favorite heroes, all our favorite players. And I also said, like you kind of led into it. Not a hero, not a villain, but an anti-hero. Ant-Man, he ain't no role model. He's not a bad guy. But we know who he is. We know he's probably not the best role model for your kids, whatever you want to say. He don't want to be the face of the league because he knows this. But he's not a bad guy. He's not He don't treat people bad. He don't, he might make some bad decisions, but he ain't out here hurting people. And we still like him. And a lot of people like Stain as a character. You know what I mean? He's an anti-hero. He's not a villain. He's an anti-hero. And I think that correlates with Ant-Man as well. So that's why I went with Stain. I went none other than Anthony Edwards.
Yeah. I knew he was gonna have Ant here. You said something earlier. He was like, we're gonna see him later. And I was like, all right, we only got villains left. So I was like, all right, I think I see where he gonna put him at. But yeah, I see. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this thing up with this, man. So like I said, Stan is just the anti-hero, misguided soul, man. It's just he just wants to see a change in the landscape of things, and he just really looks up to All Might a lot. Like he sees All Might as what greatness is and what it should be. And little needs some PR help. You know what I mean? Like got to a point where he was a rallying cry, which was a big piece of why the League of Villains existed. He was a big reason he inspired a lot of different people. And like dang, what's the Ninja Turtle dude? Splinter or something like that.
Yeah.
Twice Splitter, yeah. And then Twice kind of had a little bit of a admiration for him. Toga, the Blood Girl, she had a little bit of a thing for Stain too. Mr. Stainy, like she used to call him. Yeah, Stain was the anti-hero, and the guy I picked is a misguided soul too. Like we've had pieces about Draymond Green come up, and it's like, man, he just kind of rubs people the wrong way. You either love Draymond Green or you hate Draymond Green. He's not really a guy you look up to and inspire to be like, but it's like you gotta respect what the man did and what he stood for. He was about winning. He cost you a couple wins, but overall he's still about winning. And the key piece here of why I have Draymond Green being Stain and not other people, Stain had a big admiration for All Might. LeBron James is All Might. Whether Draymond wants to come publicly and just admit the best frenemy thing that they have going on, LeBron James seems to just find a way on Draymond Green's podcast and just somehow finds a way to be protected and talked about in an uplifting way. I'm not saying that he just don't compete against him. I'm not saying that because Stain still tried to win it. He went head to head with All Might. So I'm not saying Draymond don't compete against LeBron. I'm just saying Stain had an admiration and respect for All Might. Draymond Green has an admiration and respect for LeBron James. So that's my comp, man. For Stain, the anti-hero who was misunderstood, seemed to be misguided. I got Draymond Green, who seems to be a little misguided. The anti-hero, you either love him or you hate him, and you got a weird sense of loving him because he's on your team. And then Stain had admiration for All Might. Draymond had admiration for LeBron, who was our All Might.
I like that though. I like what you said. I like the comparison of Draymond having a admiration for LeBron and All Might and Stain. So I get it. I like the whole connection you made. Draymond is kind of a defensive guy too, and Stain makes people stop moving. So in a way, a very defensive skill, and then obviously he probably would kill him, but it's a kind of a defensive quirk also in a way. You know what I mean? But yeah, I like everything you said about like Draymond and his admiration for LeBron and stuff, and Stain having admiration for All Might. Kind of almost an unhealthy obsession, if you will. Especially because Stain's whole thing was like only All Might can defeat me because he's a true hero or something like that. And Bron kind of like, if we was gonna lose, at least it was to the best player ever. It's like, most people wouldn't think that way, but whatever. I like mine a little bit better on this one though, for the Ant-Man being the hero killer of today. Uh, haven't gotten over the hump,
Yeah.
but he's beat definitely last season or the year before was defeating a lot of our heroes, man. Now I think OKC just kind of got their number. I don't think they can beat OKC, but they proven they can beat Denver. They beat the Lakers obviously with AD and LeBron, and then they lost to Luka, aka Deku. So he's definitely been somewhat of a hero killer for our generation, at least
Yeah.
recently. So yeah, man. But I like what you're doing, making the dots connect though at the same time.
Yeah, man. So like I said, walk with me, man. Like someone like the hero side was pretty easy. I feel like that was a lot easier one. Someone was just tough because they had like 3 different names, 4 different names for one character, and it's kind of like which one makes the most sense. And trying to keep the story for what I had going to, that kept me in line a little bit easier. But man, that villain side, bro. Once I got done with Kobe and being off one and Shigaraka being Kyrie, I was like, I don't know about the rest of y'all, man. Like Book helped being Dobby, but I ain't love it. And then the rest of them just like, let me find a player that match up with the other heroes I got. So at least flow in that sense. But yeah, man, I think overall this is a solid list, man. So, but now it's kind of like the people decide of which characters line up with which player is the best. So out of the 15 characters we got, man, I think I'll say I got about 9 of them. I think I got you on about
Nah,
9. I think so. Well, matter of fact, I can't say that because we had
we had
Bron and
LeBron,
Luca
Luca, and KD
in
all the
it,
same.
yeah, and KD. So that's 12. So yeah, out of 12, because my villain list looking real spooky.
I like who'd you say for Bakugo? I know I liked yours on Bakugo more. Katsuki
Ant-Man.
Bakugo. And man, okay, I could go for that over Sir Thompson. I had Kawhi for sure though. You had
I had
SGA.
SGA. Yeah,
That could go either way.
yeah.
And then I had SGA for Hawks, and you had who'd you have for
Curry.
Hawks? Steph Curry. Okay, I like both of those. I think I like SGA a little more on that one. I
You had
think
BI
erase.
and Cade for Tokiyomis. I think that's a toss. I think we kind of throw that in the same vein we did with like the KDs, Luca and LeBron, honestly, because I ain't really both of them
Yeah,
can really work, honestly.
but yeah. And then Eraserhead. Since you let me go GP, I like GP. If you didn't let me add that, I would probably take it. What would you say for Eraserhead?
Kawhi.
You had Kawhi. Yeah, I could go either way with that, but I like GP for that one. Gran Torino, I went Russ. You went
I had Magic.
Magic. I think you might got me on that one, but we're gonna let the people decide.
Mm-hmm.
I like my Lemillion with Ben Simmons.
I had
Uh,
Tatum. I think I got a
yeah,
good
Jason
fight with
Tatum.
Tatum, man.
No, I liked it though. I like yours too though, but I'm gonna go Ben for that one. Like I said, Tokyomi's about the same. All for one, I had Jokic. You had Kobe. I like Kobe. I think you probably got me with that one. I think you got me with Shigaraki. I went Draymond, and you went
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me with that one for sure. And then Dobby, I went John Morant. You went D Book. I think I might
Mm-hmm.
got you with the John Morant. Then
Yeah.
Stain, I went Ant Man. You went Draymond. So I don't know. I like Ant Man for that one. So let me see. 1, 2. All for one is kind of a toss up. Ben Simmons, I like Ben Simmons. GP, SGA, and then Kawhi could be a. I like mine for about 5 of the 9. It's gonna be about even 5 or 6. I like me. Other 12. So it's gonna be about
Yeah.
even, in
Yeah.
my opinion. We're
But
gonna let
once
the people see
again,
though.
if we just going straight off the character for the player, I think you had me on a lot
Yeah.
of them. So I think out of the 9 we said, I think you probably got me about 6 of them, and I got the other 3. But because I'm tying in the storyline with the player, it's like so we posted list for list, and you see everything of how it flows together, and you take it into account. that's where I started to be more of an even fight. And it's like, oh snap, you really connected all the dots. And it's like you see the player line up with the character. So if you look at it list for list, I think I got you. If you look at it just singular character for player, then you probably got me on some of them. But I think it's an even closer fight on that end. Uh, yeah, we got some tough ones though, man. I think because Yoke, when I post a video for Yoke and for Kobe, we be like, ooh, I don't know. When you look
Yeah.
at Shigaraki, Draymond is a tough one. You got me on Dobby. I'll give you Dobby. I ain't gonna lie. Stan, you probably got me on that one too. I think Kawhi got a good fight for GP, man. I think that's gonna be a tough one.
It's debatable.
Yeah, that's a rare debated one. You might have me on. I ain't gonna lie. You might have me on Ben Simmons being the million. You might, cause that tie a little bit deeper into like the next LeBron joint that we had. So that piece right there might got me. I think Hawks is the toss up with SGA and Curry, but
Yeah.
I think overall this is good. I think this is better than Naruto. Honestly, I think this one's a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be, bro. Hey, people gonna rock with it either way, man. People gonna. This is why you gotta watch the whole episode to see why B went this route. Because if you just see the list, like you said, and just look at it for what it is, you probably think I've won a lot of them. But if you hear the whole dots connecting, you did your thing with that one. So we're gonna see what the people say though.
Yeah, man. I ain't expect to go this long, but
The
had
technical
to
difficulties
a
helped with
few
that.
technical difficulties and a few once we get done covering out all that, it'll be a lot smoother. But yeah, man, we're gonna have to do the other piece for another episode, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna say that for a bonus episode, I guess we can say. I ain't expect to have that, but anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, man, I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoy this. My hoop head / anime fans, man. Hope y'all enjoy. You know, it's a lot of us now. We are growing demographic, if you would.
Yeah.
For sure. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. So this is kind of like the pinnacle of what we strive to do. Is to figure out how to bring that marriage of anime and basketball coming together. So this is like the most fun, but also one of the most challenging episodes we do. Uh, but I really like doing this, man. So, but thing is, we need y'all to comment and let us know who won, who got the matchups better. So, like you said, man, if we're doing character for player, I think he got me on a couple of them. When you see all the threads and the dots being connected, I think I got them. But y'all, we let y'all be the judge and decide who won. So, comment below which matchup won, what's the number count, who got who, minus the LeBron, Luca, KD, and Tokiyami. Like, remove them four. Who got who on what matchups? So, comment, let us know. Appreciate y'all watching and listening through this whole thing because this is a lengthy one. But I think it's a fun. It's worth the full watch and it's worth the full listen. So, uh, but that's it, man. Appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all listening. See y'all next episode.